like a... It's not pencil stream right now. Actually, I'm going to do acrylic markers. I've got my little thumbnail here. I do maybe want to sketch another piece that's going to be watercolor at some point. Music, okay, we can do music. I can't do like, you know, copyrighted music, but there is a underwater Nintendo playlist, and it's newish. It's not something that I played before, so hopefully it's not going to be like the fucking 5,000th instance of Bubble Lane. Bring your own pop, the Void Music ASMR. Also, hello, wait. Every so often in the YouTube chat, they start the message with, like, I think it's a Japanese character, but I don't know why that happens. Oh, wait, is the chat limited again? I don't know what's happening. It's YouTube chat, but it's only letting them say hi. No, never mind. It's fine. It's fixed. For a moment, it was only highs, and I was like, guys, what happened? Also, yeah, Caterpillar. Hold on. This is perfect timing. Also, thank you for the sub from the plant. Got to count today, and I have 25 prints worth of print club. Thanks for making my wall colorful. Wait, that's awesome. Hey, I actually have news for you on that front. Hold on. Let me get the ref for the character we're doing tonight in here. Because you'll see what I mean by Caterpillar. Also, thank you for the bits, Rusty Critter, and also thank you for the hype train. Hey, guys. Guess what got here today? So we finally have these to send out. And they're really, really cute. I was kind of worried that, you know, this is my first sticker sheet. I didn't know how they were going to turn out, but they're really nice. They're like paper journaling stickers and stuff. Also, thank you for the resub, Useless and Bye. Sticker 2, Dumping for Doi. I love this track, Star Coral, my episode, My Beloved. It was really, I was going to say it was really nice. I'm only pulling them off this one because it's got bent when we were opening the package. So it's like, this could be the demo sheet. This is not going to go to anybody. Oh man, I can't wait for that. They were really nice. They're really nice. I'm excited though because this going well makes me a lot more confident to do sticker sheets in the future. It's going to be the Absol print this month, but after this, I'm either doing the vegetable sticker sheet that I talked about, or I'm going to do the fish tank one. Just adding to the hype train. Thanks for 10 months. Thank you. I'm going to put these on my 3DS, I think. I will say these are probably best for journaling because they are paper stickers, but I was going to ask if you guys want different material for stickers in the future. I want the veggie sticker sheet so bad. Yeah, the fish tank one, what it's going to be is I'm going to draw like a fish tank background, and it's going to be like this way. And then you can take the fish like out of the fish tank to pull like the stickers off, basically. Because I thought that'd be fun. I thought that'd be like a... These are going to be in the shop? Yeah. As soon as we've packed all of the ones for... I've started to slow my roll on putting stuff up in the shop just because we're going to go on hiatus and vacation in 2 weeks, which I'm very excited. Makes my Fruitiger Arrow heart happy. I figured that the Fruitiger Arrow community would appreciate the fish stickers. I don't actually... Fickers? That sounds like a bad word. Fish stickers? I'm gonna veggie up my journal. Actually, I don't know if I've fully explained like what my idea with the veggie sticker sheet was, but I was gonna sell it as a sticker sheet, but then separately have like the option to tack on like a little bingo card, and it's like gonna be a way to track what vegetables you've eaten. So if you're someone that's kind of like a picky eater and you want to start trying vegetables, it will have a bunch of different veggies on it that you can try and then track so you can see what you've had before. Be any way to make the backgrounds behind the fish... Oh, hold on. Behind the fish, stay in the fish tank. Thinking people might want to put their own fish stickers on to contribute. Sadly, no. That's not how they get printed, but I wish. So, monthly animal fact, a cow's stomach can hold up to the standard bathtub size. They chew their food almost 4,000 times a day. Holy crap. It sounds like you're saying fuckers in a weird accent. This is true. Also, what medium is this going to be? I'm doing acrylic marker for this one. I've done all of my pieces in acrylic marker so far, frankly. It's like the medium I'm most familiar with. That's a lie. I did do one watercolor piece that was sketched by another part. But I just think that this is the most relaxing medium for me because it's the most familiar. Although what's funny is I'm doing oranges for this, like the fruit. And I was looking through last year's attacks and I realized, oh, sorry for jostling that, I already did a piece with oranges last year. Like, also an acrylic marker, ironically enough. So maybe this is just the thing I'm going to be doing now for ARTFIGHT. Is the veggie bingo how I expand beyond potatoes, carrots, and zucchini? I would hope that I can help you. There are A lot of good starter vegetables. I gotta send that to the person that I did it for, maple syrup. It's been so long, but because I've been like I've been in work hell, I've been unable to do it. But I'm gonna try and send all of the art fight pieces around the same time, so it's just like one getting them all done in a swoop. Usually I get the sketches done before stream, but I was talking to friends before stream, and also today is Far's birthday. So I took that guy out, and last night we went to dinner, and then today we went to like a late lunch brunch. I'm gonna add mushrooms to the veggie sticker sheet. Yeah, I would totally do that. So my subscription has been learning how to count in the name of colors. The baby is yours. That's so funny. I painted Ampharos and Wooloo today. Oh, that's awesome. No, don't eat the vegetables now. Wait, oh, I was gonna say you can eat vegetables now and then mark them down if you've already tried them. Like for me, I know there's a bunch that I've already tried that I'm gonna make stickers of, but there's a few I want to try too, that I'll add, you know, to my chart once I've had them. All right, I'm gonna put like the orange here, because there could be like one coming off the screen, and then maybe like another one here, like it was in the thumbnail. I'm gonna do the complete circle though. Did you journal today? I forgot we were doing that. I didn't, but I plan to after stream. I didn't journal, and I didn't go on my little walk. Today, what happened is we went out to brunch, and then when we got back, there was a guy giving parking tickets out in front of our house. So we were like, you know what? Let's go get groceries until this guy leaves. And then we got back and he was gone, and then my grandma wanted to call. So I've basically been yapping all day, yapping and traveling. It's okay, I forgot as well. It's alright, we could do it in the parasite boss of the parasite. Wait, the parasite bad timing. What parasite? Look up the parasitic bug going around right now in the US. Wait, parasite for what? Parasite for what? Guys, what are we talking about parasite-wise? Oh, for fresh produce? Okay. So maybe right now is not the vegetable time. Maybe right now is not the good time for the vegetable sheet. That might be a good... I just like everyone in the YouTube chat just started going, the parasite PSA right now. Also, yeah, this is the Milk sticker sheet. It got here. I'm so sorry. This was the one for June. I'm sorry that they're running a little late, but they will get to you, and they turned out really cute. I just wanted to make sure that they were okay. Explosive diarrhea. Okay, this is good to know. Guys, you can't say my parasite right as I go to sip coffee. I'm gonna spit. Also, this is so cute. Will it be in the main shop? Yeah, the Milk stinkers. I keep saying that. When all of the milk tanks are sent out to people who are in the print club, I'm gonna wait till we get back from vacation. Not for the hiatus to be over, but just like vacation, so that we can come back and do like a birthday sale. Because I did that last year. Oh, my critter closed out for a second. Why did I die? So rip my stream. Happy birthday, Faris. Thank you. I'm sorry that your stream died for a moment. But I'm gonna have the stickers go up in the shop once we're back from vacation during my little birthday sale, because I did that last year too, and it was really fun. I'm gonna make another critter birthday sticker. I'm not sure what I'm gonna have it doing this time. They, Ugly Orange & Co. fucked our food regulations, unfortunately. I remember! Stop, I just saw something about that, about how people are like, oh, Taco Bell is making people sick, and I'm like, girl, Taco Bell is not growing the lettuce. Like, I don't like Taco Bell very much, but, like, they're not the ones that are making people sick, because how is Taco Bell putting the lettuce in the grocery store and making people sick there, too? Oh, I use any pronouns, that's okay, you could say whatever. See if your state is one of the ones that's impacted by the infection. Gets kind of scared. I mean, I'm glad I haven't eaten like a lot of fresh produce in the last week, which is not good, but also maybe in this one instance it's good. I know I'm a vegetable guy, but every so often I get on these sprees where I'm just like, why is nothing good? Why can I only eat like peanut butter jelly sandwich right now? My stinkers. Diarrhea, parasite, and a lot of fresh produce, including raspberries, my favorite. There aren't any cases in my state yet, but oh, this is painful to me, specifically, especially during the summer. That's awful. Jelly is scary. Wait, really? I don't like Jell-O, but I think like a jelly or like a jam is good. You know, everyone different strokes for different folks, though. Of course, I just never met anyone that didn't like jelly. I don't like preserves though. I fully understand that. Like the texture of them. Thankfully, PA seems to be the most low impact. Okay, that's good. That's good. Also, what happened to the last stream, Art Stream 9? Did you have to take it down? I don't remember. Maybe. Perhaps? I don't... It's, like, very possible that if it's not up, then yes, but I can't remember why. But also, that was because I was not the guy that streamed that. I'll touch base later. Oh, someone's name was said. That's probably what it was. Okay, okay. Thank you for letting me know. I never, like, when I'm not here, I'm just, like, dies. Also, what's the parasite called? Shrug. It's just our parasite. He said his name 5 times! You laugh and you go to hell. Laugh and you go to hell, basically. I'm gonna make the caterpillar, like, wrapped around the leaf because I think that's cute. Like, and then, like, the little paws are gonna be, like, darker. Do you see my vision? And then the tail can be curled around. I had a sketch that I did for this originally, and I thought it looked like doo-doo ass, so I didn't use it. Cyclospora. It's called Cyclospora. Thank you. I just want to have practice with, like, surface scattering on leaves, because I haven't done that with these markers specifically before, and I think that could look nice. Alright, now I feel like I'm going to have... Originally I was going to have this all be just, like, sky in the background, but I'm kind of like, well, what if I had, like, this, like, be a little leafage in the background? Maybe it's, like, just a little bit. A little something, so it's not just all blue. Also, my poor blue markers get their ass beat, like, regularly because I use that color so much that I need to give them a break. Like, I got another pack, but, like, I gotta chill with the blue markers. This character is so cute, thank you. I'm very excited to do it. I also just like working with the acrylic markers because they're fun. Let's see. There's like a little hair on the back. You've got like a mane. It's very cute. I don't know if my state is affected, but to be honest, so far I haven't been betrayed by fruit. I think there's a way you can check that if you are, so that you're not like left in the dark and just like playing Russian roulette with fruit. Thank you for answering my question. I'm just very curious as to why I'm typically a VOD watcher. Basically, okay, and, like, this happens sometimes, and, like, here's the thing. I know that we've been a little more open about being a system. Sometimes parts will be gone for a few weeks, sometimes even months, and so they're not, like, up-to-date on things, or they're just a bit groggy. So there will occasionally be streams that get taken down because someone just, like, was either unaware of something that had changed in stream, and for this instance, it was just literally, like, saying someone's name. But that was all. Oh, wait, also, sorry if it came off as passive-aggressive the time I made a joke about you spoiling the media literacy when you were passively talking about your comic. Oh, I didn't even see that. I have no idea. Unless that was in a YouTube comment, in which case it's okay, I didn't read it yet, so I forgive you in advance. I promise I don't get mad. I really don't get mad about stuff most of the time. Like, I will say the worst that I get is when someone comments on something and I kind of just, like, roll my eyes and I'm like, okay. Never feel bad about late art fight attacks, better late than never. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The parasite, I think, can be cooked out, so if you have produce that's cookable, like onions, peppers, carrots, okay, so there's a way to get produce. Listen, every so often, and it's never even, like, anything that could just be, like, you know, someone misunderstanding or something like that. Like, anytime I get a bean soup-ass comment on something that I've posted, I'm just sitting there like, okay, I will not give in to the commentator's disease. The commentator's disease is the mind killer. Like, we cannot be engaging in online warfare because someone said something mildly stupid. You're making Critter want to smoke. It doesn't happen anymore, but it also be used to... That was the other thing, is like when we played copyrighted music, then I had to take the VODs down because YouTube was like, you have 24 hours before we kill you. You read it, you said I'm sorry and I felt bad. I believe you. I don't remember that happening. But don't feel bad, it's okay, I forgive you. I'm like a priest, I'm like, you are absolved of sins that I have no idea what you're talking about. No raw produce, cooked perfectly fine as long as proper cooking hygiene is followed. Yes, yes. True, true. True, true. Learning this. Listening and learning. I love the music and streams that copyright hits everyone, sadly. Here's the thing. I would just have to plan it out. Like, I would have to say, okay, hey, this stream is going to be a stream where we play music, so the VOD's not going to be up. And I could probably get away with doing that every once in a while. But part of it is also that when taking the VODs down, because it immediately nukes the stream, it's essentially like an unpaid stream. Bro might have apologized to a different head guy by accident. I was gonna say it's not your fault. I can't chuff nut, falls to my knees. Been into soups lately, boil that shit. I was gonna say hot pot's like a fantastic way to cook if you want to eat something. I don't know if hot pot would be... I guess you get it pretty hot when you do hot pot. I don't want to give advice on how to not get a fucking parasite, so don't take my word. But, like, I'm curious if people know if that's, like, a cooking method. Been really into smoothies lately? That's so... Shit, I forgot smoothies existed! I could have a smoothie. Oh my god. This world is so beautiful. And it's hot outside even, so that's, like, a nice cold thing to drink. Also, Cyan, thank you for the gifted sub. Me too, brother. I always forget, like, good food exists, and then someone brings it up, and I'm like, holy shit, you're right. Twitch acting like people go watch VODs to listen to the music. It's actually not even Twitch. Twitch don't give a shit. They just, like, silence it. It's usually YouTube. YouTube's the killer. YouTube is, like... I think because YouTube Music exists, they're, like, a little more protective of it. This playlist is actually good. I was not sure what I was expecting when it said like dreamy aquatic game music, but this is not disappointing. What if you were a bug and you ate a leaf? I really just love the idea of this little thing like being leaf-sized. Thank you so much for encouraging me to do ARTFIGHT. It's helping me so much. That's awesome. Of course. The parasite is all over my state. I really like that we're just calling it the parasite. I don't want to eat candy, but the parasites want me to eat candy. How many paws do you have? You have 3. Okay. The demons in me. I love that fucking audio so much. Smoothie sounds so good right now. How dare you make me tempted? You should. You should make one. You should make one, if you can, safely, I suppose. Learning what we learned about produce. Dude, you know what I would fuck up right now is like a really cold watermelon with salt. Like, just give me a whole chunk. I'll start eating at it like a fucking animal. Someone attacked one of my characters, but they didn't draw him with his obvious disability. I'm not sure how to respond. Like, does he have a mobility aid? I'm wondering if they didn't know. I actually don't know how I would handle that. I've never experienced something like that before. So guys wear engagement ring on a different finger. I put it on my pinky, so when I go to knock back eraser shavings, I don't mark the paper. But I put it on my middle, or my ring finger, usually. With salt? Oh yeah, you put salt on watermelon, that shit's delicious. I mean, I might also just have, like, pots, but still, it's good. I shall go get one right now. I shall not let the parasite consume me. Well, it's not that I might have pots, it's that I do, so that might be why I find the salt on fruit delicious, but, like, it is good to me. No, putting salt on watermelon is common. See. I know this is like a treat because my uncle from Japan was telling us about it and was like, yeah, this is like a thing we do over here. And I was like, wait, that's so fucking smart. I'm like always looking for ways to eat salt. Apparently, like freezing it and putting salt on it is like it's like a treat. Oh wait, shit. All right, hold on. I forgot to link the character. Salt and tomatoes too. I wonder if that would make me like tomatoes. I'm like tomatoes' biggest hater, but I do feel like salt can make almost anything taste pretty good to me. Oh my god, I have so many tabs open. Get me out of here. What about POTS makes you want salt out of curiosity? So POTS is postural orthostatic something S. And basically, oh, I don't eat tomatoes, period. I don't like tomatoes. But the reason that tachyardia something, all that to say, it causes you to have really bad circulation, and because of that, you get lightheaded and faint a lot, and it also means postural orthostatic tachyardia syndrome. Thank you. Tay's always the one that gets it, too. It makes you have bad circulation, which makes you faint, which makes you really lightheaded, which means that changing your position can make you, like, dizzy, but it can also make it so that if you stay in one position for too long, it cuts off the circulation in certain parts of your body. All that to round around and say, salt increases your circulation because it increases, like, your blood flow. So you want salt because it's basically doing what your body struggles to do when you have POTS. I went to go look at up Tay beat me to the punch, can't beat wisdom. I also was doing something. I was getting the character. Okay, character for Fior for tonight. This is a good playlist. I'm actually saving this one. Thank you. Once I memorized the entire labeled cardiovascular system for a biology test and then later found out I was autistic. That's so beautiful. I can't even say I've done anything like that. No, that's a lie. I memorized the Pokedex. I actually memorized the Pokedex, and I also remembered the sounds that they... I don't have, like, useful autism. I have... Hold on. Unpin after manually get this stream. I have... So, what I did is I memorized the Pokedex in order. I was able to memorize, like, up to 400 in terms of, like, their numbers in the Pokedex. And then, actually, the other one that I did... is I started memorizing their cries. Like, I would have my sister play them out loud on the DS, and then I would be able to identify which Pokemon it was based off of the sound alone. I don't know why. Also, if you crave something salty, it can be dehydration. Drink water with your salty foods. This is very true. This is very, very true. And then they changed all the cries in Gen 6, I know, so I can't even do it anymore. God, please don't tell me I have POTS. I knew about the condition, but hearing is... Okay, wait. There's a very simple way you can do this. Go to your doctor and say, I think I have POTS, can I do a blood test? Super easy. It's like, it's one of those things where when people start thinking they have it, I always say, like, please go to your doctor because they'll be able to tell you right away. A lot of the times they don't, like, think to test for it because most of the time people just assume it's like a heat sensitivity or in a lot of cases that I've talked to people, they don't even know that it's a disability because they'll just be like, oh yeah, I've always been really dizzy and lightheaded my whole life. And I'm like, girl, you need to talk to your doctor. I thought you had to do a table tilt test. I didn't do a table tilt test. I honestly did a blood test. I've heard from people that the table tilt test was kind of like a nightmare. Oh, I didn't do CCs. I know that it is a way to test for it though. Okay, well, I would start... There we go. Closed captions are started. Feeding Frenzy when, my liege? Tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the Feeding Frenzy, so if you want to join me and attack a character altogether, that will be the topic of tomorrow's stream. Not blood tests, tilt table, or NASA lean. Maybe that's... I also have bad memory, but I do know that I got a blood panel done at one point. That might have been for something else. I might be thinking for something else, but I did get diagnosed. I'm looking at your donuts again. They were so good. Do you know what in the blood test they test for? No. Unfortunately, this is going to sound really bad. I'm scared of the doctors. So I don't remember much about going to the doctors. I know that it happened, and I have the paperwork at the end of it to look at and go, awesome, great. I don't remember anything else about that. I understand. Let's jump someone tomorrow. I think that the... Feeding Frenzies being, like, affectionately beating someone up is, like, my favorite part about ARTFIGHT. Wait, do you know what character it will be, or is that up to who's fronting tomorrow? I misread your message terribly at first, and I thought you said, do you know what character will be fronting tomorrow? And I was like, well, there's, like, one interject of a character in the entire system, so that limits it. But it's up to who's fronting tomorrow. I was like, the thing that's wild is that, like, there are interjects in our system, but, like, only one of them is a character. Did you make your own VTuber or did you commission someone? Actually, me and my boyfriend made it together. I did the art and he did the rigging. This was our very first model together and we're trying to make some more to practice. But that will be for after our vacation. Trying to work on the doctor fear. See, I thought I worked on it and then it just turned out that forgetting something that you're scared of when you have a dissociative disorder means that someone else is handling it. Someone else is being the child from Amella's system, yeah. Hold on. I gotta do the stem so that I'm not, like, flying blind trying to do the leaves back here. One thing I found with plants is so long as you layer the leaves, it looks pretty convincing, but if you have them all fan out perfectly, it doesn't look real. My mind is being opened. Why did I forget the interjects on our characters? Okay, so an interject is literally what it sounds like. It is an interjected personality in the sense that when you are a system, your brain can take a snapshot of a person, place, or thing. Place is less common. I've actually never met anyone like that before. But it just basically snapshots something of some emotional importance to you. And it's what an alter's personality ends up getting based around. It's pretty common for, like, people to have interjects of family members, especially if you're someone that's experienced, like, familial abuse. A lot of people, there's, like, a really common misconception that, like, if someone has an abuser interject, it means that the interject or the part is going to be abusive. But really what it usually just means is that they snapshotted whatever person hurt you the most, and then they repeat that cycle of abuse internally to you in other parts in the system until eventually you go to therapy and you find ways to work through that. Tyler Durden is actually a really good example of that, and it's kind of insane because people, like, will talk about Fight Club not being good system rep, and I'm just sitting here like, we literally have a guy who has an interject of his dad as a fictional character and then perpetuates the abuse that we can assume that the narrator faced. Like, it happens. Your brain is trying to keep you safe. Exactly. It's trying to do what's familiar. It's trying to repeat something that's familiar, and sometimes that can be, like, the person that hurt you. Sometimes that can be, like, you get interjects of siblings or, like, family pets. Like, there's a lot of things that can happen because the brain is very malleable, especially when you're a child. Do I need to watch Fight Club again? I saw it and remember nothing about it. You should, but you should read the trigger warnings because it is, like, a pretty violent movie, but I enjoy it. I just know that it's not for the faint of heart. Also, what's your favorite character to receive attacks for? I really don't mind getting attacks of anybody. I love seeing all of them. I think that right now I'm prone to say my boyfriend just because it's his birthday, so either his Snoopy Sona or his Tanuki one would be awesome. So the brain trying to predict the abuser's actions so you're prepared for it when it eventually happens, that's exactly why. That's exactly why that ends up happening. Also, on the topic of the feeding frenzy, when will the post to submit names for people be up? I'm going to be honest. I'm sorry to tell you. I will not be making a post. I will be finding the character myself. Too many people did not follow the directions last time, and it was making it so it was actually kind of hard to go through and pick out characters to attack. So I found a way to find people that haven't gotten any attacks on ARTFIGHT yet. I will not be putting up the post. I did not even get people who were... Everyone go home. Everyone call your Uber. I feel bad, but, like, at the same time, I really try to be clear with instructions when I do stuff like this, and then people end up not following it, and it just makes it so that I can't do the things the way I want to. Also, there's a lot of intentional gay subtext in that movie, and you know why? Because the book was written by a gay man. Like, I say this very frequently, but Fight Club and American Psycho are just the exact same concept from two different sides of the spectrum. It is talking about the dangers of patriarchy and, like, the inability for males, like, male vulnerability between each other, and how that negatively affects everyone around them, except from the Fight Club standpoint, it's written by a gay man, and American Psycho is written by a woman. I really love talking about those two movies as parallels. I think they're really interesting. I also think that, like, the levels of sympathy between the two are interesting. I I get so too many comments under them being like, I got 2. It's like, okay, why are you here? And it's like, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be mad at them. But it's like, guys, I said 0. 0. None. I'm trying to make it so that the game is fun for people. And, like, there are people that straight up have not gotten attacked for multiple years. It's okay. I don't know. American Psycho is written by a gay man, I thought, too? I thought it was... No, I thought American Psycho was written by a woman. Unless it... Unless the movie's directed by a woman. You guys can't, like, see the expression I'm making right now, but I have to, like... Actually, hold on. I'm using a muck paper for this, so I don't use a good piece of paper. When I can't remember something, and, like... I'm trying to, like, reach into my brain, I have a tendency to put my finger on my head like this and, like, smooth my brow down. I don't know why I started doing this, but it looks really ugly, and now I won't stop. Especially because I have a middle part, so it looks even worse. It's like a Dragon Ball Z-ass looking character. What's going on about ARTFIGHT? Oh, nothing's going on about ARTFIGHT. I'm just doing an ARTFIGHT attack. Unless you're talking about, like, what I was talking about is literally just on Wednesdays they do feeding frenzies, which is where we pick someone that hasn't gotten any attacks yet, and we all go attack them together. Originally, I asked for people's suggestions, but, you know, people didn't follow the instructions, so I'm just gonna pick it myself. What's ARTFIGHT? It seems interesting. Oh, it's so much fun. The film was directed by a woman. Okay, okay. The movie... Wait, guys, you're saying conflicting things. The real gay man author is the friends we made along the way. No, please. I could have sworn that Fight Club, the novel was written by a man, movie was directed by a woman, who co-wrote the screenplay with another woman. Okay, okay. Also, to answer your question about ARTFIGHT, it is an art gifting game where for a whole month, the month of July, you get divided up into teams and you draw people's characters for them to score points for your team. It's really fun. That's what I'm doing. Respect Lost for 4-Leaf Island, they have a middle part. It literally looks good on me. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but people who said that haircuts look bad just don't know what haircuts look good on them. There are haircuts for everybody. I know that it was the /J though. It does, I'm telling, okay. Like, I'm just saying, I know how to style my hair. We all do it a little differently. I know that another guy likes to do more of like a comb to the side kind of thing, but the middle part looks good. When my hair grows out longer, a middle part looks cool. Exactly. Also, book was made by Brett Ellis. I like some of his other books, like Less Than Zero. I've actually not read it. Both was right. That's beautiful. I'm glad. I'm glad it's grown out to a tolerable length. I wish it were longer. I'm still a little mad about how short it got cut, but it's at a point where it looks pretty good right now, so I'm like, okay. I'm not as pissed as I was. When you said middle part looks bad, just know that laser attack is reflecting back on me like that one meme. And they're not even bad. I think that it's just a matter of styling it. Hold on. Where is the tail? Okay. I have to make the tail fluffy. I think that I've got everything pretty much cleanly sketched. I can always come and add more to the sketch after I put down some rough colors, but I like to try and have most of the sketch down so that I'm like not having to keep coming back and touching it up and I could just go straight through. Been slacking so bad on my attacks, I need someone to slap me. What if I didn't slap you? What if I just held your hand gently? Also, I have to show a way that I've been carrying around my markers lately. Ugh. I'm gonna hold this so that it doesn't fall over. It's like too giant. Can you be seen? It's a Pachaco bag, and you could just put all of the markers in it. I've had this bag for forever, and I never knew what to use it for, but it's like a handbag, and so it carries markers like really well. Also, it's like all my favorite colors. So I'm enjoying having it. Hold on, let's see. I'm gonna grab some light colors. Where did you get that? Oh, it's from like the Sanrio store. Your haircut comic came out right before I had the same experience, bald. Like, I genuinely don't know what it is about, like, balding people. How are you so aesthetic? Years and years of practice, I swear to God, I was not always this way. You guys did not see me during the pandemic when I dressed like, I really don't know how to say it affectionately other than like a Claire's employee. But honestly, there was a little bit of cunt in that era too. Like, the thing is, even though I looked kind of like shit, I did wear it with confidence. So I think maybe the answer is you have to genuinely find your tastes, but like, do whatever it is, it has to be what you like. Claire's employee is getting me. I used to put like stickers on my face, and like I had dangly earrings and everything, and it was kind of cute. Like, thinking about it, it was kind of giving like kindergarten teacher, but like I was not. So I left that era and I went to like keyboard Y. Oh my god, me too. And the thing is, like, again, I have a lot of affection for that era of my life because it was like it was a self-discovery period, even though it did not last for long. Oh, dangly earrings are fine. My boyfriend wears dangly earrings that I picked out for him. I mean, like, how do I say this? I had like earrings that were like little goldfish in bags, and like I kind of dressed like a tropical bird. Like, that's my way of best describing that. Which is, again, not bad, just not how it is anymore. This is when you were finally in a space where you could express yourself, so it makes sense you went all... That's exactly it is. That's exactly what it is. How did you get the setup for traditional art, by the way? I tried getting into traditional streaming on Insta, but it wasn't the best setup. All right, hold on. I'm gonna like look around my desk for like 1 second just so that I know I don't have anything... Okay, I have no prescription bottles or anything. Sorry, I keep my meds on the back of my desk, and so I wanted to make sure I'm not, like, flash banging my name to show you the setup. Really quick, I'm gonna back out so everybody can see. It's got, like, a boom arm, and then, I just draw, like that. Hopefully that answers your question. No way, that's queer person dressed queer. The critter plush, yeah, it hides. It sits with me while I stream. It's like for confidence. Tasty iced coffee spotted. Yes, I had got a bottle of cold brew before stream started. It was lovely. I would love to dress like a tropical bird. You know, I kind of tease it, but I guess I have to think about it. Part of the reason that I stopped is because we moved to the city that we're in right now, and it wasn't by choice either. So I had to like stop dressing the way that I really like to. I don't know. I miss it sometimes. I kind of want to again. I am using a phone camera. My boyfriend's old iPhone, we, like, swapped to newer ones, like, a few years ago. And so I kept his old iPhone, and I use it and I, like, hook up to Video Ninja, which is, like, a streaming, like, screen recording thing. And that's how I record what I do. And then I just, project that to OBS. Because it's a little easier than trying to, like, do the code bullshit. Also, your line art is so good, I'm so jealous. Actually, hold on, I saw someone say something about line confidence. The way that I improve line confidence is I drew a lot with pen in person, but also, drawing, like, smaller helps. What are your proportions for cold brew? I am so sorry to admit, I did not make this cold brew. This was from the store. But Forrest could answer that question better than I could because he has made cold brew at home a few times for us. Well, I want more of a yellow-green than this. Well, this is just the base color. Maybe I'll just fill in the tail. I don't want to go too much with this because it might make it not look like it's getting sunshine on it. So hi, Critter. It was so insanely art block, but by watching your stream, I got the motivation to draw again. Wait, that's awesome! And also, welcome in. What are your main interests? It's going to be different the day you ask me, but personally, I am a huge fan of music. I love art, obviously. I really love fish, like fish and aquariums and marine biology. And coffee. I think coffee became an interest because it was my job for so long, but I do genuinely like it. Can I ask what colors you should start with if I'm planning to buy acrylic markers for the first time? It's not something that people commonly talk about, but I would really recommend buying a pack of pastels because they're really good to lay down base colors, and then you can add on top of those. Other than that, it depends on what colors you like to use to draw. I pretty consistently am using blue, green, and orange, but that's, like, fucking look at me. Like, of course I'm using blue, green, and orange. So, just, like, the #1 motivator for drawing, So I've seen the term line confidence. What does that mean? Basically, you know how when people draw line art and it looks kind of like fuzzy, which is fine, by the way. Some people like do that on purpose as a style. It's the difference between that or doing like very confident line strokes where it just goes in one smooth brush. So when people are trying to improve their line confidence, they're usually talking about like how do I make my lines more swoopy and not like as fuzzy and like I'm struggling to keep my hand straight. You inspired me to make coffee at home with that one iced coffee comic, so now I'm making cold brews every day. Well, okay, wait. I'm only going to be a geek for one moment. The specific recipe that he shared, that is an iced coffee. A cold brew is different. Cold brews are steeped overnight, and they're done with cold water, whereas doing the hot pour over is just making a... That's actually, like, specifically a Japanese-style iced coffee. Real cold brew, though, you should try at some point. If you like that, you would probably love real cold brew. The difference is just that cold brew takes a little longer to make. But, see, I like it even though it takes longer to make, but that's why I get it at the store. How many times does it take to make one line? The less tries attempts, the more lines of confidence you have. Oh, that's a really good way of putting it, Coda. Thank you. I should say I know they're different. My bad. I just meant that comment inspired me personally. Okay, I'm glad. But also, yeah, cold brew's great. It's my favorite. Where? Oh, wait, I literally put it right here in my mind. What markers do you use? These are Guangna markers, but I also have a pack that's something else. I have a Languo and Guangna. They're both Chinese marker brands. So it's my first year of ARTFIGHT, and I've yet to make an attack because of art block. I might start while listening to you. Please do, and also my advice to you, start tiny. Like, you don't need to do anything crazy. You don't need to do anything with the background. Just do like a full body or even a chibi. That's better than nothing. And I found that like once you get started doing one thing, it gets easy to keep going. Set the line for 17 hours. Cold brew is really worth it. I wish I had like the memory to remember to do it. The problem is not everybody drinks it. There are two parts that don't really drink coffee at all. Now, I think that one of them would be fine remembering to set that up, but the other one I'm not so sure. So it means that we don't always have coffee set up to drink, which is why the quick ones are a lot easier. I'm excited for tomorrow's feeding frenzy. Hopefully it'll motivate me to jump back in the art fight. Yeah, actually that's the other thing is if you're struggling with motivation, the feeding frenzies are a great way to do it. I tried to make cold brew once, but I steeped it too long and it was nasty. It gets a little like barbecue sauce tasting if you steep it for too long. I'm 5 tacks away from my goal of 31. My original goal was just 12, which I've already hit. Now, if I was crazy, I do kind of want to reclaim the valor of doing an attack for every day of the month. I think that might still be too lofty because I tried that last year, but I guess the difference is that last year I was doing like digital art with full backgrounds and stuff. So that might be like my push goal. My real goal is just to make it so that the columns of the ARTFIGHT attack page are even, so that I don't have like a weird number of attacks that are on my attack column. Body doubling with ARTFIGHT is the best way for my ARTFIGHT motivation, so thank you for streams. Of course. Y'all are crazy because I am low-key only at 5 attacks in. That is more than okay. That is more than okay. I like to go kind of gradually with mine. You know what kills me is that I'm usually the person that like encourages ARTFIGHT. Me and Sky. And yet, the part that has done the most attacks on ARTFIGHT is not either of us hits black. He's done fucking like 6 attacks or something, and I'm like, dude, chill. You weren't even the... And I say that jokingly, like I'm actually glad that he's playing. You look an orangey yellow. And his Sona isn't even up. He would... I don't think he ever will. His whole thing is like, he doesn't like when people sees him as a character, so he wouldn't want people to have him up to see. I only got 4 so far, and that's good. That's genuinely good. Don't beat yourself up for that. Alright, hold on. I think that's like the color I want to go for the orange. No, I get why, but I think it's funny he's dropping nukes on people and walking away before they can retaliate. I know! I know! That's actually completely in character, though. In character starts getting strangled by the darkness. Okay, sorry, I meant in personality. been drawing yaoi for my friend's OC's birthday, and I'm drawing them twice in the same attack. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's probably gonna make them so happy too. Dude, I don't like have OCs that I ship or anything because I don't know if like this is gonna sound really bad. Before I was in a relationship, I had like OCs that I shipped with each other, and I did like a lot of shipping fan art. And then I started dating someone, and I was like, I'm actually satisfied. I don't need to do it anymore. It's like when people have a Yume ship, and then all of a sudden they start dating a person, and they're like, never mind. What if it's all a dream? And they just like it's like not even a bad thing either. I think that having OCs that you ship is really sweet, but it was like all the motivation just left my body because now I'm like, well, if I want to draw something romantic, I will simply go hug my boyfriend, and or I'll just like draw my boyfriend either. Is this about how your OC was Yume was literally Forest and then he came true? That is also true. That is like, I'm not even kidding, guys. I had like a self-ship OC for years, and then I just met someone that looked exactly like that, and I was like, all right, manifestation. Untrue, Leica X Algernon is real. See, what's funny though is because I like to draw Leica and Algernon, but I don't draw Leica and Algernon for the same reasons that I was drawing like OC X OC or OCX Canon. I draw them because I think that their relationship is interesting, but like I don't know how to say it doesn't like I'm not doing it for the same reason. Like I'm doing it because I like to write them as characters, not because it's like scratching the intimacy ache that I have or had. I want to play with you anymore. It's more like before when I was doing a lot of like OC shipping, it's because I was lonely, and now it's like, well, wait, now I can just do it. Now romance is not like this forbidden thing that I don't have. I just like have that at home. It's literally the food at home now. The only self-ship I ever have been able to survive is my relationship to Perfect Cell. I don't know who that is. Doing a massive attack with 51 drawings. Help me? Any advice on how to avoid perfectionism or draw faster? I think that at a certain point you must cut your losses and be like, it's better having it done than perfect. 51 is crazy though. Being aromantic has low-key opened my mind's eye. Well, it's also because, like, I find more value in chilling out with someone. Don't get me wrong. I'm fucking, like, boo-boo shit keys obsessed with my fiance. But, like, also, I think that's true friendship-wise, too. Like, I'll be doing something, I'll be like, I want to show my boyfriend this. And, like, it could be, like, I'm walking down the street and there's a cool bug. 51 is wild. Bro is satisfied. Critter got wife guide. It's like if a wife guy was actually best friends with his wife and not like, how do I say? Some guys are really wife guys, but then other guys are wife guys because like they don't have much of a personality beyond that, and like they're trying to come off as like, how do you say? Like inoffensive, unassuming, unharmful. There's like a better word for this. I was gonna talk about Ned Flanders, but yeah, not Ned Flanders. Isn't that guy from the fucking Simpsons? Hold on. This is my first time catching a stream, and my friend and I have been watching your VODs to help us focus on attacks. That's awesome, and also welcome in. Who's the other one? Me and my partner are losing our keys, boo-boo shit keys? Okay, because there's boo-boo keys, and then there's like, I don't even know where boo-boo shit keys came from. I think that after a while of like having vocal stems, they start getting... Ned Fulmer, thank you. Sorry, Ned Flanders from The Simpsons. I did not mean to slander your good name this way. Isn't he Catholic? I can't remember. I don't watch The Simpsons. How's ARTFIGHT going? Pretty well. What do you consider a mass attack? Is it multiple characters of a person? I don't remember. It's basically just multiple characters across multiple people. I think. He's Protestant. I appreciate the discernment. I actually do. I had a boyfriend, we broke up, and then I've practically been arrow ever since. I mean, here's the thing. Sometimes you just need to figure that out by experience, and that's not a bad thing. So while I am not looking for a full-time romantic relationship at the moment, I cherish a lot of the time with my friends. Well, and so to the people that are even looking for romantic relationships, I cannot give you better advice than that. The way that you find someone that you can be with as a partner is you need to have friends. Like you cannot just be out there like being like, who want me? because the people that are going to respond are either going to be equally as lonely, or like they're going, not going to say like they're going to want you for the wrong reasons, but you have to learn relationship building skills beyond just the romantic, and thinking of romantic relationships as like this big thing that's going to save you. You can want it, like there's nothing wrong with wanting it, just go into things with an open mind. Maybe that's why I've been feeling looser and less crazy about shipping since I met my girlfriend too. That's the thing. Like I'm healed, cured. No, this yaoi shit is no longer serious because I just have a real life boyfriend. Me and my boyfriend were besties for years before we got together. What's funny is that Faris and I weren't besties for years, but we did just start off as friends, and then I realized I liked him. But I think part of that was also, I mean, I will lie, I'm lying a little bit. I did think he was attractive, and I did have a little bit of a crush when I first met him, but I also told myself in full honesty that I would be happy to be his friend too. Holy moly, I fuck with this vibe so hard. Oh, awesome, welcome in. I hope you enjoy your time in stream. Guys, these markers are getting their ass beat. I might need to go download TikTok once more just for these markers, because I've looked everywhere and they are nowhere except for the TikTok shop. Also, spicy crab oil, thank you for the sub. My relationship timeline with Miles is crazy. You have like a best friends to lovers to like to others to like all sorts. You just go all everywhere. What if you were with everything, but it was with one person? Spicy crab oil, that's what I thought the username was at first. First try having more people around you, it helps. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe also a lot of the time when some of my friends complain about being single, I don't get it. I kind of get it only because I am a very, like, affectionate person, and the thing is, you know, I don't ever want to expect something out of friends that, like, they're uncomfortable with. Although I guess it does help that in college I was friends with a lot of people that were also very, like, huggy. So that made things a little less sad. This is so alien to me. I had my boyfriend and it made me into a het Joshi. Ooh, hold on, my eyes just snapped open. New phrase unlocked. A het Joshi? That's actually kind of beautiful. Wait, I love that. I've known of Hima Joshi. I know of Fu Joshi, but het Joshi is new. That's so beautiful to me. What marker brand do you... what? Oh, I believe it. I believe that het Joshi exists. Because here's the thing. The thing is, too, Yaoi Mafia, I would believe... Because I'm sure there's people that are going to be like, what's the difference between a het Joshi and a regular shipper? And it's like, well, I guess if you're gay and you, like, obsess over straight ships, that would make you a het Joshi. Yaoi Mafia is their username, yes. Your username. I don't know your pronouns. I should not assume. I love to say het Joshi. I love my het peak. That's kind of funny as fuck. Help me. I guess it's like one of those things as I've gotten older. Because I do still like some fictional pairings. It's become less about like focusing on gay pairings to me, and it's just like, do the characters have an interesting dynamic? It's like fucking X-Files. Like, X-Files is my straight slop. I love them. And to me, they could be a beautiful butch lesbian and a femme lesbian, which is why I made my office worker Yuri, because it's basically just X-Files but mine. That just, she sounds like a slur. But yeah, Mulder and Scully were butchem. Exactly. It's Grumpy X Sunshine Snore. No, I can't stand the tropes anymore. It's like, what if they were both fully autonomized people with personalities developed beyond their romantic relationship? What then? Well, the what then is that would require actual writing, which means that it's harder to market. CEO and YN. Okay, well, here's the thing. CEO and YN to me is such a funny concept because, like, first of all, HR is getting called. Second of all, what CEOs do you guys know? I know that it's like fiction. It's like a escapist fantasy where just like a wealthier older man takes care of you, or a wealthier older person in general. But like, CEOs are like arguably the most boring demographic of people that you could romanticize. I think it's really just such a beautiful sign of late stage capitalism that we're romanticizing like a paycheck and, and someone having CEOs suck, and what's funny is the romantic aspect of this is just the character is YN's boss, I guess, and job security. Like that's what we're romanticizing now. We can't even. It's not even like bad boy anymore. It's like my boss who gives me my paycheck. CEO XYN goes insane in the Toontown fandom. I feel. Did anyone just hear a single angelic note? What do you mean? What do you mean? Stop, wait, that's kind of true with Off too, though. Like, CEO X employee is like Dedan and the Elson. Actually, that's really just like any of the Zone Guardians and the Elson. I don't even think it's job security because I feel like a lot of them end up with YN not having to work anymore. No, you're so right. So maybe it's more just like it's like life security. They outlawed CEO romance in Korea? Wait, what? What? Like, are you being serious? Back in my day, it was just called... I can't read that. Didanix Elson, I fucking love... Again, I'm not even like a shipper anymore. I just love when there's dynamics. I love when there's dynamics and they're sick and something's wrong with them. See, I love when there's food. I love when there's problems. Like, that's like actually my favorite type of fiction is like, what if there was these guys and they had so many fucking problems. I'm sick and twisted. I enjoy Ram Tenna. I actually understand you. I also understand that about you specifically, Coda. CEO XYN is wish fulfillment for people who wish they had positive relationships with their jobs. Is it though? Isn't there usually like trouble on the horizon in like YN at the job place? Like everyone's like always beefing with her or them or him. Inclusivity. Trouble in paradise. It's the thing, it's like there has to be some strife, so somebody's got to be, but I guess to the point of like financial stability, like, yeah, that's true. Like, they want to have a rich guy that takes care of them. It's so fascinating that that's what we fantasize about right now. Like, it's not even escapism anymore. It's just like, I just want to be taken care of. It's a little sad when you think about it, but like, it is like horror. I find that romance is often reflective of the desires of the era. YN could be gender fluid. This is also true. Wow, these colors are coming out like shit on camera. I promise this looks a lot more beautiful in person. I love when the media has guys with problems. Said envy with problems beyond belief. It's my copium. If the fictional character has problems, then it's okay if I do too. This is like the core tenement of what kept me going in college, of like ravenously consuming fictional characters that were going through the absolute devil curse. I think they look good on camera. Thank you. And have mental illness drama, exactly. So college, I would say that most college careers are crazy, but mine, there was layers. There was more than just like, what? Every YN is the same person with DID? Wait. And they just keep getting hired at different companies. That's actually, I love that. That's so beautiful. I really like that. That's so good. The devil cursed Chainsaw Man. This gives the YN amnesia subplot like so much more food. Like there's a reason. 5,000 CEO polycule. No. I see. I need like a YN self-insert story, but it's like the person's actually an undercover romancer, and they're just toppling all of these Fortune 500 companies, going undercover and romancing the CEO, and then they're killing them. And, like, that's the happy ending. Like, there's no romance in the end. We just send them to jail. Undercover HR officer. YN system has a type I fear. I also think they look very good. Thank you. As a thanks for the stickers and Far's birthday, I just attacked Chestnut. Wait, that's awesome. Thank you. Oh, also, okay, sorry. Someone in the YouTube chat pointed this out. YN in the fanfiction sense means your name, but also mobs in the YouTube chat said I'm black, so I keep thinking you guys are talking about a different YN. The slang means different things. So, with a tablespoon of salt, understand that maybe saying your name in full when talking to people would be a good idea, because it's very different. Also, hello, other black viewer. I'm always happy to see that stream is somewhere that people feel, like, comfortable. But I'll start saying your name, because, although that's an anime. Self-insert? My guppy brother I keep thinking that they're saying this. Your name that reincarnates literally love in deep space I can never escape. Also, speaking of tips, do you mind if I ask if different system members have different types? 100%. Literally 100%. The fact that Forest is someone that we all like is kind of a godsend, because, this is, like, dying. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to color the background, because I just simply do not have enough blue. Wait. I have a new pack. Also, did anyone else ever not self-insert and just made up an OC for themselves and said? I did do that at one point, but then I started just being like mask off, like, no, that's just me. But to the different types things, yes, absolutely. I'm bi. Other members of the system are gay. I guess, like, technically for parts that are girls, there is... No, she's also bi. She's bi, but she specifically likes butches. Don't say that's what the mask is. Don't say that. I'll put the plastic in the trash. Please stop. I'm not strong enough. Alright, please. I really hope that this has enough ink in it to, like, just color. Oh, wow, it's, like, exactly the same color. What if the world was beautiful and we were free? What if everything was okay? Wait, why are you drying out too? Stop. I'm scared. Am I just going too fast? The black viewers are congregating. It's kind of sweet, though. No. I like it. My thing is, like, I know, especially in furry fandom space, which is changing, by the way. Speaking of which, sorry, God, I just got railroaded by, like, 3 thoughts at the same time. Okay, furry fandom space has historically not been as inclusive as it really should be, especially with something that is such a large queer population of people, but that's been changing, I've been noticing. And 2, I wanted to say, at Furrydolphia, I remember last year there was a black furries meetup, and then there was a furries of color meetup. And from memory, White is also ace. Yes, so she would be bi-ace. That's, like, technically, like, bi-romantic asexual. Having a system that doesn't love all the same person as a partner sounds like a nightmare. No, it's completely possible. I've known plenty of people. I mean, think about it. There are, like, people that are poly. So, functionally speaking, a system that has multiple members of the system dating different people, so long as all parties are consenting and aware, that's the important part. That you need to communicate with people what's going on. But, like, that's very normal. All that to say, I'm glad to know that the stream has felt like somewhere comfortable for people, because I know that the furry fandom unfortunately can be kind of alienating, or historically has been. I go out of my way to try and make it so that it's not here, but that it still feels good, and I want that more of this. BIPOC furs, I love my BIPOC furs. I just feel like it also gets a little samey when everybody is just like white husky twink number 57. It's like, come on, guys. It's getting a little eerie around here. Snores. I was even just thinking like it's just a little. It starts getting a little scary. When I dated in the past, some of my alters saw my partner as a coworker. Yeah, that's like another thing too, is that sometimes the relationship between parts and the partner is completely different. I mean, think about it this way. If you have a system that has like a child part, your child part's probably not going to view your partner as like a romantic partner. It depends, because I know that in some systems, the child part just like views the other person as a kid their own age, which is interesting. I've been like reading about how that, and like specifically when you have like younger parts, the brain processes that. Sorry, White Husky Twink 57 is a diabolical username in the making. Sorry, I just got like scared. Are partner systems or with partner systems, your younger parts pair up together? Yeah, exactly. That too. That too. Especially if you're like two systems that are dating. Stream accidentally went back like 30 minutes and I thought I was having an intense deja vu episode. That's so scary. Marticular Sona spotted? Yeah. I saved this to draw because I thought it was very cute. Also, like, it's a Martin caterpillar. You really could not make something that was more curated for like a lot of guys. I almost thought you said someone with that username entered YouTube chat. No. A little eerie whimsical music stops. There's that gif of Germa turning around that Aspen you used recently, and anytime I've been scared by something or like had a revelation about something, I've started doing that, but just like turning around behind me. I'm kind of like Truman showing myself. Germa's kind of like the Truman Show. Thinking about it, like he even kind of looks like him. We need to discuss this. What did you look up for these markers again? Oh wait, hold on. I just looked up acrylic markers on the TikTok shop and they came up, but the way that you spell them is like that. Jeremy, my beloved. Couldn't draw, feel bad, watch Critter stream, make an attack and submit it in an hour. Golf snap. Clap. Very impressive. Also in an hour is great. Yeah, I'm on vacay. I'm so fucking excited for vacation. You guys have no idea. Says guy whose entire identity is being like Jimmy Buffett beach father, but like I am like the beach is 2 weeks away and I get to draw furries for 2 weeks leading up to it, and then after that I go to a furry convention. Life could not be much better right now. Any tips for starting streaming, by the way? I got a VTuber model made, and I want to start streaming so bad, but I get so nervous. Start short. Actually, like, shorter streams are completely fine. I think that you can get shy and kind of shoot yourself in the foot and go too short, but I would say if you stream for, like, an hour and a half, that's a really good chunk of time, and it gets you accustomed to the feeling of it while also not burning yourself out. Hold on. I think the playlist just ended. Liminal Nintendo music? Maybe? We could. No, I actually don't like that. I'm going to another one. This works. Do the acrylic markers not make the page super heavy? I mean, a little bit, but I kind of like that texture, you know? Like, it's not printer paper. I use cardstock. I have done printer paper attacks in the past. The problem with printer paper attacks is that the paper warps beneath the paint. Oh yeah, this is a delightful ice drink. This is a cold brew. I have a bottle of cold brew that I got today before stream. And then I called my grandma. Printer paper dies so easily. The only thing that we've had success using printer paper for was comic pages, because comic pages are kind of like, they're just lines, so it's fine. Actually, speaking of which, we've been both working on Hold. Oh wait, it's not even in here because they're not done yet. Been working on more comics. I have to say, traditionally working on comics after having done comics digitally for years is kind of fun. Like, I didn't know what to expect when I started doing it, but like, this is quite delightful, bro. It's fun. This is actually one of the only pages where I didn't mess up a single speech bubble, too. Feels very good. Not very true for the page right before it, in another strip. I messed up every speech bubble in this one. Like, every single one, and had to redo it. I was kind of, like, strangling myself. But yeah, printer paper works good for comics because, one, it doesn't really matter if it's ugly, it's printer paper. Two, it makes it easier to do nice comic pages to me. Printer paper cries out pitifully and scrunches like it's going into a fetal position. It's true. Hold on. Speaking of ARTFIGHT attacks, Taze is coming along beautifully. This is like almost there. I do think it's really beautiful that Rust came to front for one day, did a colored pencil piece, and then just fucks off and leaves. And it's like, okay, well, you're kind of being a deadbeat dad to your art, so come back. Oh my god, I hit the mic, I'm sorry. Hold on. Also, I do need to read Witch Hat. I actually really want to read it over vacation, and Forrest downloaded it onto his Kindle because he's a grandfather. And I'm gonna read it probably at the beach if I can. Because here's the thing. I may be reading may be reading multiple books right now, but the books we're fucking reading are The Haunted Self, House of Leaves, which sounds like a terrible beach book, and then Billy Bat, which Billy Bat's good, but Billy Bat's also like, you know, another manga. I think that Witch Hat is much nicer. Also, welcome in Clucci, thank you. I recognize your username. Have you been here before? That sounds fun, we should read it. I'm almost done with Les Mis. I need to figure out what to read next soon. I will say, I know a guy that would be very happy if you read House of Leaves with him, but that's only if you want to. Although he was... Can you talk with the others in your head or have no communication with the others? Literally depends on the day. Think about it this way. You're all in an apartment together. There's a living room. The living room is what front is. Sometimes other guys are in the living room, and sometimes you're in the living room by yourself. And it's completely randomized. There's no real way to control it. There have, on occasion, been ways we've found to, like, trigger parts to front, but it doesn't always work. Is House of Leaves better with the OG English or their translations? I actually don't know. I also... I haven't read it, so I don't know. How do you store all your traditional work? In a pile? I actually don't know what to do with it. I've never had this much traditional art in my life. I have a file cabinet of all of the traditional art from, like, before I existed. That's, like, in just folders, but they're not, like, finished pieces. They're, like, drawings on paper. So... Beltline folder. I do have, like, this, right? Like, I have this big folder that's got, like... It's, like, plastic so that it keeps them safe from water. But I need more because I've been using that for the, like, finished comics, and I only have that one. May I suggest putting it up on a wall? I could. The problem with putting things up on the wall is that, especially where we live, it's pretty humid, so it warps over time. I guess it could... Also, what do you do when you're not in the living room? Where are you until then? Gone. Like, actually, the thing with time and being parts of a system that people seem to not understand is, like, the way the brain works, right? You don't actually have multiple processing cores in the human brain. It's not like a computer. What it is you and your memory and your part of, like, existing just kind of shuts off. Like, you're just not there. So to me, I was actually talking to my grandma about this earlier. I remember calling my grandma a few days ago. That was 2 weeks ago. And I don't remember 2 weeks of time. I remember, like, maybe 4 or 5 days of time. So it does mean that things move very quickly. But at the same time, it can mean that you can feel kind of... You can get, like, kind of FOMO because you'll, know of things and events that happened and transpired, but just simply have not been there. I store my drawings in folders. I'd probably need to get a better folder because the Pachaco one... I like organization, and putting them all in the same folder is kind of killing me. Make sure to put parchment paper between them if you're storing them to keep them from sticky over time. I didn't know you had to do that. That's good to know. It's kind of like a save state. Yeah, actually, that's a really good way to put it, is like save states. Good, so all those months of me not being in stream chat doesn't feel as long. Well, it also means that, and that is true, Koda, actually. I did miss you while you weren't here, but I also was, like, not super here during that time anyway. So this kind of just feels like a return to form for me. So it's like being on pause? Kind of. You can also tell that time has passed. It more just feels like, I guess trying to word black holes of memory is kind of hard if you don't experience it, because just not remembering what happened at all, but knowing that time has passed is a little different than just like being on pause. Nothing stops while you're gone. It just changes. Do you have DID? Are you just knowledgeable? I have it. I've been a little more open about talking about it in the last 2 years or so because a lot happened. You know, like, unfortunately, when you experience, like, frequent, chronic, and, like, inescapable trauma in real life, the covert disorder stops being as covert. So it was like a, well, I've got to open up about it because it's going to be a little more obvious in time. Does aging feel odd or strange? I don't mind questions, and it does. I guess in part for me, it's not as weird because I kind of started being here when we were in our 20s anyway. So to me, to my experience, I've always been 20. I've always been in my 20s. I do definitely feel a little weird because I don't remember as much from the years, like, it would have been like when I was 24 to now where I'm 27. But that's just more like that time got chopped up. I had no idea you did. Yeah, I'm not like, I don't know. I've said it a few times. I don't want it to be all that people come to streams for, because I feel like I have a lot to offer as a person, as do I know the other guys do too. But I also want more information on it so people can be a little more empathetic towards it, because it's something that gets demonized like really frequently. Yeah, actually, Entity, that's a very good way of putting it, is multiple people playing. So you don't remember your childhood? Haha, not a fucking bit. Other parts might, I don't. As a matter of fact, there are people in my family that I know that are related to me only because people have told me, and I'll meet them and I'll have no idea who they are. My cousins, thankfully, because I've been seeing them as an adult, I do know them, but there are other people I'm just like, I genuinely did not know who they were until I was told I was related to them. Okay, I finished the attack. I guess I'm done with stream. Leaves. I have to revenge this guy. Comes back. Welcome back. You want to bring awareness without becoming Wikipedia? I want to become awareness without becoming a circus animal. Like, that's genuinely my worst fear, and part of the reason that I was, like, so quiet about it for so long is that, like, when people are curious about something, they don't know how to just be... They don't know how to be curious without being invasive, and most people in streams are actually very good with it. I guess the other thing is, too, is I've, like, grown a pair. Before, I would be kind of awkward if someone asked a question that I was uncomfortable with, whereas now I've just started being flat out, like, I am not comfortable answering that question. So I think your balance is nice, because it shows people that systems are just, like, we're normal men. We're just innocent men. I love that fucking... Are you too green? No, this is actually, like, a perfect green. Oh, that's sex. This is the sex of Minecraft, truly. This is probably, like, one of my favorite color combos. We're just normal men. We're just innocent men. What's up, Raised Woods? Okay, I really don't even know where this came from, but I know for a fact that with my one friend from college, not college, no, yeah, my one friend from college, whenever something goes well, used to say this truly was the sex of Minecraft, and now I haven't been able to stop saying it, and it's really good. It implies such a vast underworld of information that I don't want to know anything about. It also helps that a good chunk of people in stream are also systems, I imagine. I forgot we call it that. Sorry, I love everyone. There's like very sincere messages coming through, and then there's just people going, what did you just say? It's so cold in here. I'm trying to get the courage to go draw. Cold? Where? I guess you're probably in a different hemisphere. Chuckles darkly. Like us comment. First time watching, the first thing I hear is this was truly the sex of Minecraft. I hope you know that this isn't, like, usual. Also, I do, to Miko, hold on. It's gonna be a little verbose, but I like to recommend medical resources, so that's, you know... I think that this summarizes it in a way that's good, but also is going to be, like, specifically scientific. This is to Miko, and also to Verton if you want to read more. I would recommend checking out the website. It's really good. It's one of those things where it's a scientific source, but it's written in collaboration with people that have the ID. So I really appreciate it. Wait, hold on. I see. I miss cold so much. It's winter here, dog. It's hot. It's hot here. Medical resources are exactly what I'm looking for. I will say, too, first-hand accounts are also really useful because as much as medical resources are useful for understanding the ways that the disorder functions, they can only get so much because they're research, where there are just like day-to-day life experiences that they're not going to catch and pick up on. But it's a good start. To learn the beginnings, you should... Marticular mentioned. Yeah, it's Marticular Sona. Yeah, see, actually, CTAD clinic is something that my therapist has talked about, and I still need to watch, but they've recommended it a few times. Hold on, was just on a different tab when you said it, and I assumed it made complete sense in context with the visuals. Keep assuming this to maintain your opinion of me as a normal man. Case studies, while not technically considered, are very accurate to a population and still useful. Dude, one of the first things that I read back when I finally was like coming to terms with my diagnosis, because I've been diagnosed a few times now, and I was in denial I was in denial of it for a few years. There we go. But there was a really interesting case study that was recommended to me by a friend to read about a lady who, I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me either, and I really want to find it again, who was a system. She only had 2 parts, but it talked specifically about like the repulsion between parts' actions. So like when person A was front, she would be very gregarious, very like outspoken, very lively. She would do things that, you know, were very outgoing, and then part B would front and then be like almost repulsed by or upset by the actions of the other part, and worse, would have people being like, why are you acting so different, and not even remember acting the way that she had before. And that helped a lot. That like gave a lot of context to my experience. Also, thank you for the hydrate. Sorry, I missed it. Alright, hold on. I'm excited for this attack. I'm just getting the base colors down right now, but acrylic marker is one of those mediums where when you start putting down the base colors, it kind of looks like dog shit, but as you go, it just keeps getting better. Because it's a layering medium. It's very much a trust the process and keep adding paint. Also, to add to the brain can't process multiple things at the same time, the brain also can't process 2 different pains at the same time. This is true. This is very true. Also, how long have you been an artist? Your style is so polished. And does anyone else in your system draw? Pretty much everyone does, but that's also because we've been drawing since we've been 4. So that's been like... I like to say that unless something like very mega awful traumatizing happens regarding a skill, a thing... There are some core tenements that are shared between parts within our own system because they existed likely before we became a system. One of those being art, another being like animals and liking Pokemon. So yes, everybody draws. I've been drawing since I've been 4, and also thank you for the compliment too. It looks good so far. I love the character you chose. It looks like an Adventure Time character. Oh, I can actually see that too. So hold on. And also, is there muscle memory between transfers? Yes, there is. Do you know what the study about repulsion was? No, I don't. That's the problem. I've been trying to find it for years, but I don't have it anymore. And I was going to say, if anyone knows it and can find it, I would love to, and I'll read it again, because I want to save it. Looks like a garden brush critter for brush week last year. Oh, I can see that too. It's so cute they could be friends. Hold on, now I'm like looking... I kind of want to make that one a little darker in the back there. Really, I think the beauty with doing acrylic markers is you can just use like 2 billion different colors of green and it will still look good. Also, to blast in, yes, basically it just means someone who has DID or dissociative identity disorder. There's other ways that can happen too, but that's the one that I experienced specifically. I'm curious on what your thoughts of the movie The Substance are. I haven't seen it, but I've actually been recommended to watch it by a few people. I'm kind of a chicken, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I do like horror movies, but I get scared really easy. But that's one where, like, one, because I know that it's, like, feminist horror, and also because the topic interests me, I really want to watch it. It's an interesting movie. So if anything, the biggest struggles is that there's muscle memory, but the mental itself might be lacking knowledge, so they still struggle with something. For example, different mediums. That's the one that gets me, and I still think is so funny that, like, Black kept trying to do colored pencils and, like, getting fucking aggroed by it. Meanwhile, like... Rust and Red just, or like whatever, man, and like blast it out like it's nothing. This pose is insane. I might take some inspiration from my caterpillar OC. Please do. Actually, my favorite thing to do is when you're trying to draw characters of a specific species, like a caterpillar, look at nature photography. Animals pose in like really beautiful ways, and I think that real life inspiration is always going to be your best bet when it comes to drawing. They're pencil mogging, please. You're gonna hate it if you don't like body horror. It's not that bad, but it's really terrifying. Here's the thing. I can say I like body horror, but I think that as a narrative tool, it's really cool. I just, like I said, I get scared really easy. I know Critter has a Tumblr. You can find the Brush Week. Oh shit, wait, yeah. Guys, Brush Week is gonna be, we're gonna be working on the Brush Week brushes when I get back from hiatus too. I'm so excited. Much like a cat? Being a chicken? Wait, much like a cat for what? This is true. I won't reject the first Sona assignment. But yeah, there's gonna be another Brush Week in December, because that's when we did it last year too. Easily scared? Perhaps. Yeah, I want to do Brush Week like once a year if I can. I need to start getting set up because it took me a little bit to get them ready last year too. It has been a year. Brush Week was last year in December. I guess I could do that lighter green for the leaves in the background too. Really what I should do is I should have the foreground leaves be darker and the background leaves be lighter because they're fading out into the background towards the light source. Scaredy cat is, I assume, the joke. It blew over my head, but then someone caught it and handed it back to me. Thank you. Thank you all. Such a beautiful movie, and you can interpret it in many ways. The body horror is intense, but it adds so much. The thing is, too, I think when it comes to horror, I found that the more that something scares me, the more I do kind of keep revisiting it to try and understand it. And, you know, I love a good hokey horror movie, too. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is one of my favorite, like, slot movies ever. We need a honey brush for Brush Week. What would that contain, though? Like, what would a honey brush be like? Would it be like turning your character into a bee? I could do a bug brush. I think that would be fun. Need to do Brush Week this time, but I struggle so much with being consistent for art challenges. Well, and here's the thing, you can do them slowly. I think a bug brush would be very fun. I would love a bug brush. Frog brush? Let me, could I expand to amphibian, or would that be means? Because I really like salamanders. So I want to make Critter Salamander. We have the same brain cell. Amphibian brush would be awesome. Okay, I can do this. Hold on. I think I want this leaf up here to be a bit darker. could do like a mental brush or a metal brush to get people practicing their metal rendering skills. Or I was thinking a robot brush. I don't like drawing robots, but I think that maybe that's part of the reason I should do it, because I don't like doing them, so I should probably practice. Also, I haven't watched Obsession, but that's another one. There's been so many good horror movies coming out lately. I feel like I'm slacking badly. Also, do you have any advice on making a fursona? I'm gonna be so honest, guys. You know my fursona, the Calico Cat? I made that character as a... I was trying to make like a fictional character that was basically just Kurt Cobain as an OC. And then I was like, wait, I kind of fuck with this, and that became my fursona. Like, notably, the Calico Cat character was not meant to be a fursona at first. It was meant to be an OC, but then I just liked it so much that I became it. Music guy when he makes the music fursona. And, like, I think it's beautiful. Yes, Kurt Cobain of Nirvana fame. You don't understand that the insanity about music, and specifically, like, bands, goes deep. A lot of people's fursona stories who've had them for a long time say that they kind of just fell into their lap, and then that's, like, how they get attached to them. Yeah, I love Kurt Cobain, you don't understand. Like, I know more about Kurt Cobain. See, here's the thing. And here's the thing. God, that's even the strip that I'm working on with Black. Dave Grohl, the guy that said that Kurt would have loved the Green Yuri, which is true, by the way, of everything that I know about Kurt. Now, I'm sure that Dave knows Kurt better than I would, but I do know that Kurt would have loved the Green Yuri. Dave Grohl, the person that said that, is the frontman for the Foo Fighters. So, the drummer for Nirvana went and formed the Foo Fighters after Nirvana disbanded because of Kurt passing away. And the one that's lesser known is that Dave Grohl is also the drummer in Queens of the Stone Age. And you can even hear it if you listen to Music for the Dead, or I think it's Music for the Deaf. No, it's Music for the Dead. You can hear him drumming, and as soon as you realize that it's him, it's like, wait a minute, this is that guy. The style is like the same. Can we draw your persona as Kurt? For respect for Kurt Cobain, I would say no. You could, if you like the outfits that Kurt wears, yeah, go ahead. I love Kurt Cobain's fashion sense, but I was trying to give it like a breadth of like difference between fictional character and real person, out of respect for Kurt. This is giving Yoko Ono saying John Lennon post-death probably was a gay man. I didn't fucking know that, hello? No, actually everything makes sense. That doesn't make me like him anymore. But it actually is really beautiful. That's so fucking beautiful, help me. Rewind, pause. I know things about the Beatles I can't say on stream, but that tracks with everything I know. This is a John Lennon hyperfixation guy, yeah. I have to know, like, genuinely, Coda. Wait, you have John Lennon hyperfixation. Do you know about the Steely Dan diss track? Unrelated, like, completely, actually, no, technically related. I know so little about the Beatles, I'm so curious. Dave Grohl also drummed for A Killing Joke, their 2003 self-titled. I was gonna say, I think I remember that, too. I have heard about that, and I also love Steely Dan. Shaking hands. Your married wife posthumously calling gaydar on you is so funny. No. Steely Dan didn't get dissed. Steely Dan was dissing John Lennon. Importantly, it wasn't that way. It was the other way around. Steely Dan, Beatle guy here. Yeah, she called Paul McCartney after John died, and she thought he was gay. Or at least bisexual. That's so beautiful. Heard Steely Dan and got a metal flashbang of the guy with JoJo's with a huge chest. Is that a JoJo's character too? Harpy, my mantis, come to me. Tell me if this is, I bet you this is a JoJo's character. Harpy, every time I'm talking about music, because I have like band music autism, Harpy will go, oh, that's a JoJo's character. Yep, that's also a JoJo's character. So happy Green Yuri got the rights to the Nirvana's Breed as an intro. I find it really funny. Dave said Kurt would have loved it. It's true, guys. I can't, yeah, like, my love for Kurt Cobain makes me have insane knowledge. I know insane ball. That's all I can say. But, like, Kurt would have loved Green Yuri. Like, genuinely. Kurt once said that, okay, Kurt once said that he tried being gay, but he likes women too much and that he wishes he could be a gay woman. And I just want you to know that. Because he originally tried being gay with his best friend who was gay, and then he was like, no, I guess I'm just an ally because I don't like men that way, but I did try. Right, yeah, no, I'm just like, please. Yoko Ono is also bisexual. That's so beautiful. Kurt, do you want to elaborate on that? Every day I wish that Kurt Cobain had lived a little longer. I wish I liked Nirvana, but every time I hear it, I brain barf. Why? Is it just... I mean, it's probably just not your style, which is okay. But that's so sad. Everybody's got their own taste, though. Alright, wait, that's green. Where is the blue? Glad someone also has Nirvana autism. It's more like I really like music generally speaking, and if you like music, you have to at least know that... I might not, like, love the Beatles, but the Beatles were musically very important historically, so I have some respect for them in that way, even though I also think that any opinion you can have on the Beatles is, like, not gonna be, like, really cutting edge, because the Beatles are both the most overhated and also most overhyped band ever, but they actually have, like, some songs I genuinely enjoy. Other than that, though, Nirvana is like, very, very historically influential group, so it wouldn't be remiss of me as music guy to not know them. Thinks of the photo of Kurt with girl clothes and walks away wistfully. Kurt wore dresses, like, all the time, and you know, when asked about it, was saying because he didn't want clothing to be gendered. Like, he thought that one of the more, like, subversive things you could do is just wear whatever clothes you liked. Secret third opinion, I don't know who the Beatles are. Thoughts on Michael Jackson? I also like Michael Jackson. I actually very much like Michael Jackson. I have for a very long time. I think that, like, for a man of color who called for the ceasefire and, like, stop of genocide in Gaza, and, like, who was so openly, like, for, like, black rights, for, like, the rights of people and liberation of, like, people who are oppressed. Nobody did it like MJ, nobody ever will again. Nothing but respect for the king. Gone too soon! Exactly. I did not see the Michael movie, no. I don't usually talk during streams that stares back at you with music autism. I did not see it, though. I kind of want to, though. I'm not, like, I don't usually watch, like, documentary-style movies, but that does intrigue me. Not a Beatles head, but Golden Slumbers into carry that weight makes me see vision. I understand. Me with Across the Universe, personally. Across the Universe does make me kind of emo. It's biopic? I hate biopics! What? I understand. They're not my favorite movies, but, like, I've never seen someone with such a strong opinion on them. Have you listened to Ram, Paul's album with his late wife? No, actually. Also, what's the playlist playing? Hey, never apologize to be that person. I'm always happy to share playlists. Dude, you like it? I'm interested. I remember you jump scared me, like, really bad when I thought you were saying that Paul McCartney, hold on, was part of the Beach Boys. Like, I genuinely felt my life flashed before my eyes because I was like, that's not true. That's not true. Like, did I just have Beach Boys induced psychosis? Like, did I forget he was there the whole time? But then I realized you were saying that he had a rivalry with them. Also, who do you know that can pull off a zip-up jacket under a blazer? My boyfriend. I know this because I put him in. New Mandela effect. I was dying. I was like, what do you mean Paul McCartney was a member of the Beach Boys? No, the fuck he wasn't. Also, J-pop and K-pop wouldn't be what it is today without MJ. So many music genres would not be what they are without him. He's not blonde enough. Do you ever think about how the Beatles and the Beach Boys were like if blondes and brunettes hated each other and that was the rivalry? Also, last time when Kendrick was doing halftime, I asked my parents if they were excited to see him, and they said that they hadn't cared about a halftime show since Michael. No one's done it as good since. I understand, though. I will say Kendrick's was fantastic. Like, respectfully, I do understand that, but that was a fantastic halftime show. I don't give a fuck about football, but I do love Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick and Bad Bunny both went off, though. I did see some of Bad Bunny's. Actually, I will fully admit, I was not acquainted with Bad Bunny before the halftime show Yap had come around. And now Forrest has started listening to him. I'm like, I like that guy. Kendrick's show was awesome. Not Like Us is still a bop. It's great. Also, can we still send our ArtFight usernames in chat? Yes. Like I said, please, if you want to share ArtFight usernames... Stop saying something. People keep saying something Hispanic will happen to Forrest this year. Please. I do also know Pink Pantheress. I love Pink Pantheress. I love her music. And here's the thing: if I don't know a musician, I will give them a shot. I'll also be honest if I don't like them. I will say this with respect and be nice, but I've definitely had some people give me music recs, and I'm like, I'm sorry, it's not for me. But no, I do like Pink Pantheress. And yes, yeah. If you're going to share your ArtFight username, please just fully type out my ArtFight username is. Oh, Raiders, hello. Welcome into Glogy Squirrel Cat. For the longest time, I thought Forrest was Hispanic. Here, the reason this is a reoccurring joke is because Forrest has a missing grandfather. Like, that, like, he is, we don't know. But he's not talked about, and, like, he's much darker than the rest of his family that didn't share this grandfather. He could be Italian, we just don't know, so we don't say for sure. And the lady that married him never talks about him. That's the reoccurring. Now that I've seen more pics of him, he looks more Greek, but a man can dream. Well, and the thing is, it really depends. It depends on what season, because he gets very, very pale during the winter time, but even at his most pale, he's, like, still not... He's not very, very white. And it has made me wonder. Literally Miles, too. What's a bosque? Bosque? That's what the writer calls Chekhov's grandfather. Well, and part of the reason for wanting to know it is just because he wants to know about his family, like, history, and he wants to know who people are. But also just because it's not uncommon that Forrest gets asked if he's a person of color, and he's like, I don't think so. And they're like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, I don't want to say I'm something I'm not. Her explaining why I thought Forrest was Hispanic, but the reason why is because he was simply drew him as darker skinned than Trader. But that's what he looks like. I just drew him what he looked. I actually drew him, like, I was going back to my older art when I didn't use the saturated colors, and I actually think I drew Forrest too pale in older pieces. Someone said this really well, that when you go back to older art pieces, it's like a jump scare because he's suddenly very, very pale, and it's like, why are you white? I literally eye-dropped him in real life. Also, someone who's seen Forrest, tan big guy with thick eyebrows and thick curly hair. You cannot fault me for thinking he has some Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like, if not, then I'd be like, he's gotta be... you've gotta at least be Italian or something. Like, there's something there. The rest of his family is, like, Dutch or something. And they're all blonde and have blue eyes. And then there's this guy who's tan with dark brown hair and brown eyes. And, like, a full face of facial hair. Palin's sickly, Palin's sickly farce. That's what old farce art looks like. My money is on Greek or Italian. Also, what if on the Feeding Frenzy we attack people who attacked you and don't have attacks? Like, you share their usernames and we go check. I am gonna pick one person because I do like going and finding somebody. However, I think that for a future stream that could be interesting. Also, thank you for the stretch. Have you guys considered doing an ancestry test? Yes, although he doesn't like the idea of the government having his DNA. Sorry, I love my boyfriend. Which I understand. I don't really love the US government very much either. But I also do think, like, I don't know. I can't blame him, me too. I like that they get jumped and their ratio gets fucked. That's the fun part about everybody attacking the same person. Although I think his mom did an ancestry test before she passed, but the problem is it's like on her computer, which only she knew the password for, so we couldn't even like get the result. They're gonna make Forest too. They're gonna clone my guy in a lab. Understandable worry, to be honest. Well, also being trans. That's the other thing. Not that, like, DNA can do that, but, like, I don't know. I don't know what bullshit the American government will ever try to do. Oh my god, family secrets piling up. Well, and not even intentionally so. It's just, like, unfortunately, when someone dies, if they don't have their passwords written everywhere, there's just gonna be, like, a bunch of stuff that you can't see. It's going to be an orange tree, but I'm using a lighter undercolor for the oranges so that as I add color, it can be, like, you know, painted on. But that's the beautiful part with acrylic markers, is that you layer things. You can move the drives to your own computers and access them that way. Even if it's, like, on her email, though. Like, that's the trouble, is that it's, like, on her computer, on her email, that we don't have the password for. Sorry, I should have given context to it. It's not just that it was, like, a file, it was, like, her laptop is what's logged into the computer, or logged into her email, we presume, so we can't get through her email to get that. That's what I was trying to say. To our living in a mystery novel, it's more like it feels like everything happens all the fucking time to us, but finally things are starting to calm down, thank God. Wouldn't it be a little invasive to look through her laptop, though? Yes, it would. That's also kind of part of it, although I guess, like, once someone's passed away, it's kind of up to you whether or not you want to do that. Might be able to find the token in the browser files. Forrest, I don't know if you're listening. I don't know if you tried that. Also, I lost the paper that I wrote the markers you're using. Oh, yeah, sorry. Someone already replied. Also, I have good news. I might be starting tea soon. Wait, that's awesome. Congratulations. That's huge news. He might be conked out. I haven't seen any signs of life in an hour. Also, if closed captions are down, let me refresh them. Oh, yeah, they've been down for a while. Thank you, Baz. He might be asleep. Because the thing is, I can hear the stream out there, but he hasn't responded, so he's probably asleep. Could I ask what the laptop is? I don't know. Sadly. The other thing is, I think that the police confiscated it at one point. Which, sorry, that sounds really scary. The reason for that is because it was not like a natural death. It was related to a crime. So there were a lot of things from the scene that were confiscated at first. I think we ended up getting it back. I can't remember. But that was also part of the reason for not being able to go through. Your attack is coming out so cute. Thank you. Also, thank you for the stretch. Music is beautiful. Do you have a link to it? Yeah. It is sad. It's been like kind of the structure of my life for the last few years. And like we're working through the grief together still. Also, sup, welcome in. Drink water, thank you. You have like dad level lore. I don't know what it is about fathers that like have lore going on. The Feeding Frenzy stream is going to be early tomorrow, yes. Still a way to do it. If you can pull the drive out and access the files, you can search for the installation of the browser and extract the profile. You can install Chrome Firefox and replace the profile. Theoretically, it should keep the login cookie active and let you in. However, login cookies do expire after a while, so there's a chance it might work. Thank you. It's actually genuinely. The only thing I know that's crazier than dad lore is uncle lore. Also, the Feeding Frenzy is a type of stream that I do during ARTFIGHT, where I pick an artist that hasn't been attacked all ARTFIGHT, and then we all go over and collectively jump that person affectionately, because it's, you know, it's like you're getting a bunch of artwork from people. But it's a way, it's, you know, there's some people that are like sad when they play ARTFIGHT and they don't get any attacks, so it was kind of my way of trying to find a way to make ARTFIGHT more inclusive to artists that might be beginners or might not have like larger followings, and give them that experience of like being like just having all of these people sending a bunch of love their way, because I thought it would be fun, and it has ended up being really fun every time we've done it. I see, thank you, that's super sweet. Yeah, it's really, really fun. Do you know what time the Feeding Frenzy will be in Eastern time? Eastern Standard Time? It'll be 11... Hold on, I don't want to lie to you, actually. I want to check the schedule. It's the only problem with making the schedule for the whole month is that I forget. But then I can look at it, so it's okay. Tomorrow's stream will be 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If that helps answer your question. Also, I thought it was Fishing Frenzy. I just realized, no, it's Feeding Frenzy because, like, when fish school, and specifically, like, piranhas, they school and, like, eat something all together, it's called a Feeding Frenzy. Because I thought it would be fun. It's like you guys are eating them. Fucking killing them. Hold on, let me see. I don't think I need anything in here just yet. I don't want to have all of this be leaf. I think I want to have, like, this kind of wrap up around. Like the sky, that is. The last Feeding Frenzy was so fun. The last Feeding Frenzy, how many attacks did Bat end up with at the end? Also, Bat did attack my guys and was, like, super duper sweet. I want to say thank you to everyone that participated in that, because it was really, like, fun doing it together with all of you. And also seeing how happy he was to get everybody's attacks, it's just, like, really sweet. Like, 100 plus? Holy shit! Dude, that's kind of beautiful music. Followed by very different music. That's so sweet. It is. It's kind of silly, but ARTFIGHT makes me emotional. It's nice to know that somewhere across the world there's someone thinking of you or your character and drawing art. And that's the thing. Like, that's why I love ARTFIGHT, because it's very reminiscent of the parts of the online art internet that I love. And it's one of the reasons why anytime someone comes in the stream, and I don't blame them, to be very clear, someone comes into stream and is like, I'm kind of scared to join ARTFIGHT because all I hear about it is drama. I'm like, I really, really want you to know that the people that are doing that are just bad actors, and, like, the spirit of ARTFIGHT is really sweet and has made me so many friends, and I've, like, been able to talk to artists that I had just, like, admired for so long because I was brave and you know, went out of my way to make them an attack. And alternatively, I've even made friends with people from stream here because of attacks that they've made, and then, like, we started talking in the comments and, like, off stream. It's just been nice. Like, it's a way to get connected with other artists and share your love of something with them. And it makes me sad that some people try to turn that into something that is drama heavy, but it's not everybody. I just joined yesterday. That's awesome. So pro tip, take a social media break when ARTFIGHT starts. It's both good for you and you'll get attacks done faster. Not even kidding, too, for, like, getting refs done. I watched streams while I was getting my refs done. Like, I watched streams and podcasts and stuff. But I did take a step away from social media while I was working, and hey, I got almost all my refs done. I didn't get my own done, but that's fine. If you don't go on TikTok or Twitter, the drama doesn't even exist. It literally doesn't, too. That's completely true. It just seems like it's, you know how it's like everyone's 12 in politics? It's everyone's 12 on Twitter. and TikTok, and that's why everything seems horrible. It's because when someone's like frontal lobe and has not fully developed yet, yeah, they're gonna make things seem like it's the end of the fucking world, because to them it probably is the worst thing that's happened to them in their 12 years of life. Self-sacrificial monk. I just was I was fickle about how I wanted mine to look. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist with it, and I will finish it after ARTFIGHT's over. But I had a vision, and I didn't want to sacrifice my vision for anything. I've gotten a lot of attacks on my witch hat at AOCs. That's awesome. All bad actors seem to flock to TikTok and Twitter because there's a reward for it. Like, that's the thing you have to remember, is that when it seems like that's like the devil sphere, like you're always like, why is everything bad always coming out of those two websites? It's in the same way that Tumblr is kind of like the media illiteracy website. TikTok and Twitter are the like drama websites because drama is rewarded. It's all for posts. With the design itself or just the ref? Just the ref. The design full body I did finish. But I wanted to make the ref look cute. I even want to add some more like little sticker-esque designs to Forest's, but his had all the information it needed, so I was like, okay, I'm satisfied with that. Didn't even know there was drama. There always is. Like, the thing is, you could always find it if you were looking for it, but why would you? You could live a beautiful, peaceful life instead. Wait a minute, I think I used the wrong fucking green. Hello? What if you wanted to go to heaven, but God said, no, you're stupid? Me every day. I love referring it to as the piss on the poor website. You remember that post. Of course, of course. The last feeding frenzy was 132 attacks. That's crazy. Watching your streams is so nice and relaxing, but it's so late at night I'm afraid I need to be responsible and go to bed. That's more than okay. And also, thank you for stopping by while you did. I say this a lot, and I mean it. I would much rather you guys take care of yourself and get good sleep than stay up to watch stream. And it means a lot that you want to, but I also want you to be healthy. Please give me what's playing in the background. Aye. There you are, my friend, Marmar. You're not stupid. Sorry, I do have to get out of the habit of saying that. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Whenever I need to get something done, I watch Hamilton, but every time they say a song title, it plays the song. But I'm not allowed to turn it off until I get something done. Why would you torture yourself like that? I love the tiny little librarian glasses on this design. No, I do too. I gotta draw those in. Thank you, parental figure critter, for caring about our sleep. Listen. The reason that I do is, and it's actually a very true quote, and it came from Junji Ito of all people. You as an artist are not just your hands and your brain. Your entire body is involved in the equation. And if you don't take care of your body, you're not going to be able to do art. So while staying up and burning the midnight oil might help you get art done tonight, it's not going to help you get more art done long term, because you're going to burn yourself out and your body's going to get fucking toasted. So you got to take care of yourself. I'm an alcoholic markers traditional artist. I've actually been doing alcohol markers a little bit. Technically, like, I+, because I am a system. But one of our other guys did this for a friend of ours for ARTFIGHT. It turned out really well. I really want to try myself. The only alcohol marker thing that I have to show, if you give me one moment to hide Critter, is... I did a little test with my guy. Oh, I guess I did say alcoholic markers, my bad. Hold on, I can put you, like, here? There's always some bullshit going on here. Not bad, thank you. I was gonna say, I'm definitely learning. I'm not familiar with them, but they're fun. I don't even know if that was the farter. I think that was like the crasher. Hold on. In that story, he's just giving advice somewhere I never saw before. I don't know where he gave that advice. I just know it was in an interview when someone was talking about, like, I think it was, like, someone asking, do all mangaka have bad sleep schedules? And he's like, no, I actually, like, try to take care of myself. Do you remember what brand you use? Of alcohol markers, yeah, I use a Ohuhu. I like them. I also like the little chameleon that's on them. I think she's funny. That was Harbor? No. If anyone, it would be Buggy. Buggy knocked down my entire clipboard with all of my things on it last night, and then looked at it and honked confusedly. And I'm just like, dude, you're the one that just stood on it. Also, hey, 4-Leaf, welcome in. Hello. How's Buggy doing? He's doing very well, but he's looking for toys everywhere. One thing about Buggy is that he always wants toys. And he will find toys in anything. He will find toys in the weather strip on the floor. He will find toys in my cords. So I'm new here. Where are our streams posted afterwards, if anywhere? I have a YouTube channel where I store VODs. Now, the VODs stay on the Twitch and the YouTube, usually, for, like, a little bit afterwards. But once I've gone through and watched them and made sure that, like, everything's okay and cut out the copyrighted music intro that I like to play because I like sharing music, I store them on my VODs channel. Yep, thank you, Baz. And they usually have, like, fun little, like, thumbnails, too. Oof. That's it, cracked my back. Do you know about Manben? It's a documentary show run by Naoki Urasawa about making pause. No, but I know someone that will want to see that. Mary Dramatic, you're always bringing in, like, the best shit to streams. I'm, like... I'm not the best with names, but, you know, someone comes to stream enough, I do start to remember usernames and stuff. And I feel like you always have such good media. It's called Manben. So Manben. So finish my last crayon attack, starting another one. I just realized I'm hungry and need to go get food. Oh, please do. And also, you're right. We should, if people are hungry, they should grab snacks. I'm going to make myself a sandwich after stream. I don't need anything right now currently. I do need a darker green, though, because the feet, you know, they're closer, so they got to be a little darker. What do we want to use for that? I really want to use, like, a cool green, but I don't think I have any more cool greens in that pack, so I'm going to have to grab something from here. Oh no, but that's less saturated. Oh, I might have to color over it with a different color. Oh, I don't think it looks good. I had Nutella toast and raspberry yogurt a little ago. Also, to clown, it is Manben. I have rice to try and satisfy my hunger void. What's everyone else grabbing? Like I said, I'm probably going to make a ham sandwich afterwards. Or, we do have donuts because we went and got donuts for Flowersburg. Hi. Were you asleep?
Yes.
Okay, because I was calling to you and then Aspen was like, I think he might be unconscious. I haven't seen signs of life in an hour. And I was like, okay. You do?
Yeah.
Dude, they're killing you. Eating prosciutto, I love... Stop, I'm also going to have a prosciutto ham sandwich. That's so beautiful. Breaded chicken and fries again for me. That also sounds good, though. Where's my lighter green? You. Ice cream sandwich for dessert. Like, homemade ice cream sandwich with, like, a big-ass chocolate chip cookie. Completely... like, that is a delicacy. Underrated delicacy, frankly. I need to tape down the corners. Does anyone know if you can change your canvas size in CSP while drawing? Yes. Go to... File, and then there should be a change canvas size, and if it's not File, then it's Edit. It's the top tab to the left, and then I think the change canvas size is, like, towards the bottom of the drop-down list. It's Edit. Okay. So go to Edit, and then go to the drop-down list, and it's, like, near the bottom is change canvas size. There's going to be two. There's going to be one that makes your canvas bigger, so you're just making the whole piece bigger. And then there's one where you can change the whole canvas size, where you actually add pixels to the canvas you're drawing on. So play around with that and see which one you're clicking into. Thank you so much. Of course, of course. I have been doing digital art for longer than I even remember existing, so I like try to help people what I can, and I love it too. Like it's very fun to me. Very true. Real recognizes real. So I think this is like, yeah, this is a darker orange. I'm not using a cookie, but a Korean rice. Wait, where is it going? Rice pop cookie instead. So it's a little less sweet. Wait, that's so cool though. So thank you for the posture check. A lovely homemade corn chowder for my supper. I wish I liked corn chowder. I do like cornbread. I found that out. I didn't think I liked cornbread, but then my little sister made cornbread like all during the pandemic, and I was like, wait, this kind of fucks actually. So I'm trying to draw on an IBIS paint, but it froze, and I have the trial edition on PC, and it ticks down as long as you have canvas open. That's evil. That's the devil's. So what do you listen to music on? I'm currently drawing for something on... Oh, what do you listen to music on? I have a YouTube where I have, like, my own playlists. Are you, like, looking for music to listen to while drawing? I can link said playlists to you if you want. Not like, it's not stuff I can play during stream because it is like copyrighted, but did you forget the title? Did I not change? Oh, the FORGOR is that I forgot what day of ARTFIGHT it is. Sorry, to answer your question. I'm like, the paper bending is kind of starting to annoy me. I'm irritated. I'm gonna tape it. A device, but a playlist is also really nice too. Okay. Device, we have an MP3 player and also my phone. However, I also collect vinyls, so we have a record player too. We're a pretty musical household here, which is probably unsurprising. But I can grab playlists if you would like. I'm wondering if I send this as a link, if it'll work. No, that doesn't work. So you'd have to go to the channel to see the other playlists, but this is my like listening playlist. I can also share with Twitch if people want. I have In Utero on vinyl. Strangles myself of jealousy. That's so beautiful though. Also, happy birthday, Forest. Yeah, also, thank you. Also, yes, these are acrylic markers to Mestresso, and thank you, too. I have a knockoff iPod and a Walkman. I have wanted to get another iPad so bad. Or not iPad, iPod. Wait. There we go, sorry, I opened the settings by accident. I know that they're, like, technically older tech now, so they're kind of more expensive, but there's something nice about the hand feel of them. Oh, wait, I was going to tape this. I was like, what am I doing? I think this is going to be one of the first, like, big, like, large-scale acrylic markers pieces that I've done in a while, actually. Scary Jokes mentioned yes. Oh, can you see the other playlists? Okay, good. I was going to say, because that's not mine. That's Sky's. Are used iPods very expensive? I don't know, because Fars was saying a refurbed one was like 100 something. But I don't know if that's accurate. And yes, it is Fars' birthday today. We went out for his birthday last night and then again this morning. Thank you to Fars, because if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have bought my used ThinkPad, but I love that thing. It's my baby. Okay, hold on. if you do this, usually it keeps stuff like taped down so that it doesn't like pillow up like this, because this will drive me nuts. Do you think it's too late to do an art fight? No, not at all. Absolutely not at all is it too late. If it looks fun, you can totally join. And remember, if you join, then you'll be ready for next year too. My busted XP pen tablet finally gave up on me after 4 years. It could be a good time to do traditional attacks. It could be a good time. You could join and do traditional attacks. That's what I mean, my tablet didn't die. This is just because I wanted to do traditional this year, but you can do that, notably. Oh, thank God, this is so much better. That was... Oh, wait, why are you crooked now? Did Forrest turn 8 or 9? At one point, yeah, he did. I realize you're probably asking 28 or 29. You are the youngest Tanuki ever. Forrest turning 92. I know what you mean now, but that made me giggle at first. But yeah, no, he's turning 28. I'm turning 28 like a month and a half after. He is 28 now. Turning at least 3. 108. Yeah, that's true. He'll get there. Keeps him alive like a bonsai. I think Var should get into taking care of bonsai, personally. Right now, he has a lot of, like leafy trees, but I think that he would love a bonsai. Happy 9th birthday to Forrest! Also, thank you, Fluttershy fan. That's really sweet. I hope he can see, because I can hear him listening in the other room, but he might have gone back to bed again, because this poor guy's got work early in the morning. I really want to get into art fight, but I suffer so much drawing rough sheets. Here, I have a piece of advice for you. A rough sheet can be a full body. You don't have to do a background. Like, I literally, for my first Sona, because this guy here, when I did my rough sheet, I didn't like how the background looked, so I didn't post it with a background. I literally just posted a full body with a blank background, and that's been my rough. So you can do that. Now, I actually think it's important to have some sort of a bio typed, just so people know a little bit about your character. It's not necessary, but I like seeing it when I go to attack characters. So that might be where you want to put your focus. But plenty of people just do like full body. Are there tangerines in the background of the leaves? Yes. It's technically going to be an orange tree, because I was saying that I think it's funny. Last year I drew a character with oranges, and this year I started sketching this attack and then realized that I was doing it again. And I was like, I guess like oranges is just going to be a theme of art fight attack that I do. But it's also a really funny way to like check your skill growth, because if you draw the same thing like relatively frequently enough, it's a really good way to see how you've developed as an artist. I wonder if I can do like this so that you guys can see the full piece. Is that not an average reference? It is. It's actually pretty average. I do like, I like doing some patterns or like designs in the background, but that's just because I like to try to practice graphic design. And other people do them too, but it's not by any means necessary. It's just like another way to show their character. What if you attached my orange OC? I have attacks. Please attack people who aren't me. I didn't know you had an orange OC. Coda, I don't think I'm following you in art fight. Hold on, I need to change that. I meant to, unless I did last year and I forgot. I wasn't really here much last year for art fight. That's crazy. I think I do. But again, like I said, I weren't really here. I'm gonna do like... I have like a few people that I really, really want to attack this year as like goal targets. Some of these I'm just doing because I'm like, that character looks fun to draw, which is how you should play art fight, by the way. I go out of my way to attack my friends But then sometimes I'll just find like random ass users and be like, you look fun, and then I'll draw them. For a second I thought you were asking how to make your friends on ARTFIGHT explode. No. Refs can be ugly, they just need to be informative, clear. Exactly. So my goodness, the colors are beautiful, and the way you draw your avatar looks with the layout is amazing. Thank you. I do like my greens and oranges if it weren't obvious. I attacked you so I feel satisfied with ARTFIGHT now. Thank you. I am actually going through and thanking people for ARTFIGHT attacks. If you have attacked any of us on ARTFIGHT and you're wondering why we haven't commented, what we've been doing is anytime someone is front, they go through and they comment on the attacks that they specifically have gotten. So I've been thanking people for any attacks of Critter and of my persona. Other parts have been doing their own. And then Black has just been going through and doing any of Forest because his guy's not uploaded, obviously. But because of that, you know, if there's like Sky has not been front very much this month, so they've got like fucking stacked attacks. Also, for the Feeding Frenzy tomorrow, what time is it starting? It's 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm too deep on the whole everyone has cool OCs and my bookmarks are a mess. Every so often I go through and I add new people to my bookmarks. But it's like a mix where like I'll finish a few characters and then I'll be like, okay, I should probably find some new guys to bookmark now. And then I keep going. Also, the layered greens on this are very fun. It's probably going to look more like a leaf that way because it'll show like the light scattering through. Those greens are so cool. Thank you. I might hide my tails though, just so it's a little easier to see the piece. That's why Black didn't do ARTFIGHT. I can imagine they just didn't want any unnecessary attention. Oh, he, like, is playing. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but he's, like, doing attacks. He just doesn't want his guy up there. His reasoning for it... Yeah, it's 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. He doesn't like being treated like a character. He's not the only guy attacking. I'm also doing them. I've been doing attacks, too. This looks like it's so much fun to color. It is. Oh my god, fuck. That does not clean my glasses in the slightest. If you wanted to know, undershirts don't really work. I count more than 4 leaves. Sorry, the name is faux pas. Also, playlist ended? Thank you. I did take my headphones off. They were starting to squeeze my brain a little bit. It did not feel good. Also, sorry if you've answered this already, but how did you get the moving background for stream? So, that is something that's in OBS itself. It's an offset transform. If you go to how to have a scrolling background in OBS, there should be a tutorial for it, but it's like a filter that you put over a static image that's bigger than the size of your screen, and then it scrolls in whatever direction you set it to scroll in. Should put Chalice Nut... Someone made a gorgeous fucking piece of Chalice Nut. Like, I cannot even stress that this looks like a professional level painting. And it's... Like, I need to show it off on stream on a night that I have, like, better access to my keyboard and stuff. Because it's all pushed back there right now to draw. It's insane. The fucking Bacchus chestnut piece is an insane work of art. I think I've seen that Chalice Nut painting, and it's not the one with Critter, although that one is also gorgeous. I think that's by the same person, too, funny enough. But no, they did another one. They were not satisfied with just one Critter piece of Chalice Nut. They had to do another. And it's beautiful. There was 2 Chalice Nuts by the same person. Yes. They did Chalice Nut Bacchus, and it's beautiful. What's funny, too, is that Forest is, like, a Greek gods guy, and Bacchus is one of the Greek gods that he, like, show? Okay, hold on. I can grab it. I can try and grab it. Thank you, Toasty, too. Dude, this is ridiculous. Sorry. This is such a beautiful piece, and it's, like, all because of a meme that I did. Imagine you draw your boyfriend as a fucking cup, and then someone paints this in reaction to it. What the hell are we talking about? How did this happen? I'm so happy that you guys are insane. I didn't put Chalice Nut on ARTFIGHT. I put chestnut on ARTFIGHT, and then someone drew chestnut with chalice nut, and it's beautiful. I want this printed. Holy cow, that's gorgeous. Credit to Raincope on Discord. Thank you too. Thanks for the reminder to take my headphones off. Brain feel better, dog. It was like squeezing the shit out of my head. Bacchus is a Roman god? You're right, sorry. His name in Greek mythology is Dionysus. Who revived a royal painter? It's so gorgeous, I know. Chalice Nut has become iconic. I really want to do a sticker sheet where I just take all of the little like meme shitty doodles. Oh wait, hold on. I see a question that I can answer. Does anyone know if it's against ARTFIGHT rules to create a secondary account? Yes, it is. And I have actually struggled with that because I know last year. Sorry, I'll read the full message to you. I'm not publicly out as a system, but my headmates would like to put their characters up in attack as well. To Orca, unfortunately, we ran into that trouble too, because other parts wanted to play ARTFIGHT, and so we had to, like, decide, okay, are you comfortable being called an OC by people that don't know, so that you can play, or, like, you know, are you gonna sit this one out? And, you know, the answers vary between different guys. Where the fuck is my teal? Hello? I know that I have it here. Of all of the markers, where are you? I think this is it. Oh, sorry, the sticker sheet thing, though, is there's been a lot of, like, really shitty doodles that people have liked that we've made on stream, and I want to make a sheet of just all of those together. Because people were like, make Chalice Nut a sticker, and I'm like, guys, I don't want to print, like, a single sticker of Chalice Nut. That I feel like no one's gonna want this, and then I was just like, wait, I have a way to do this. Yeah, but you can only have one account. This guy was called a persona for a while, yeah, and they were okay with that because that's not technically untrue about them to themselves. In the same way that, like, all of our profiles are just listed as this is my fursona, which is like, that's true, that is true. I'm not a cat in real life, only in spirit. Also, Moonshadow said systems are actually allowed to create separate accounts. I confirmed with the mods, but it isn't a public rule because of worrying about people abusing the rule. Oh. Okay. I didn't know that. That's actually kind of useful information to know. Thank you. Should really get the cat procedure done. One puff of cat weed and you will be meowing forever. Please include Bitter. Well, I hate to say it this way, but like, oh wait, in Bitter in the sticker sheet or on ARTFIGHT? Because like, he's already on ARTFIGHT. How will they confirm that, I wonder? I do wonder. I wonder if it was like, it's like one of those things where you could get specific permission? Or if it's just like the honor code kind of thing. Finally got my gyoza. God, I love gyoza. Like, I feel like the guy sitting under the waterfall, like, meditating. I fucking love gyoza so much. The problem is these are still too light, and they need to get a little darker. I don't want to make them too dark and then have the leaves get lost to the piece too soon. I guess the safe thing is that, like, you can just go back over if you don't like it, because that's too light. That is too light, unfortunately. That's a pretty solid green. Could always do this too. Oh, gyoza is it's the, I think it's Americanized as pot stickers. They're like a type of fried dumpling. Bitter is on ARTFIGHT. Well, like, the guy that you guys call that is on ARTFIGHT or his fursona is on ARTFIGHT. The whole bitter joke was very funny for a long time as a system with a persecutor who has a mustelid fursona, because it's like, well, yeah, he is a real guy. You just don't know that yet. Where do you get those from? God, what is the brand called? The Lenguo. These are from Amazon. Guys, when they realize Bitter is an actual guy, yeah. The sticker sheet, sorry. No worries, no worries. And I could probably put Bitter on the sticker sheet. Bitter was like a joke because when we were doing the Nuzlocke, we had the rival who was like named an inversion of my name. And then we changed the player name to Critter. So we're like, wait, so what do we call the rival now? And everyone was like, you should call the rival Bitter. And I was like, okay, this is a little funny. So how do they even get people with the multiple accounts thing? Is it like an IP thing? It could be IP, or it could be art style, which is like you would kind of have to go out of your way to like deliberately draw with a different enough art style to not get nailed. But again, like a lot of people have very similar art styles, so that's another thing that it's like kind of hard to tell. I thought Bitter was the evil brush critter. Well, so that's what it became. It started as evil critter, which was a joke on stream. And so anytime, you know, I said something that was a little snippy in game or like in stream, so people were like, "Oh, Bitter came out," and I was just like, "This is really funny for reasons I cannot disclose." However, then when we did the brush challenge, he actually was just like, "Okay, I'm leaning into this and making my version of Critter." So that's what the anti-brush critter who designed that. Being a Pokemon Johto game too, it's like the dominoes were standing themselves up. It does help to inform them so you don't get reported. That's a good idea, genuinely. It's already not an official rule, so my guess would be soft vibe check. They'll keep an eye on connected accounts to make sure they're not unfairly point farming. And I was going to say it might be good to reach out to the mods too, so that you can give them a heads up. Because if the mods know and they see that you have the same IP, they might have a repository where they can check that sort of thing. So that people... Also, it's mainly an IP thing that mods can confirm with the art style. Source, I got nuked on my first account because me and my sibling use MS Paint on the same computer. Really? Oh, that's really... Did you ever get help with that? Like, did you get your account reinstated? I'm sorry to hear that, too. Like, I'm glad that they're trying to make it so that people aren't cheating, but also, like, that's sad. 2 artist siblings in a household. I never even considered... Kind of like 3 teams, because some of my friends feel like... I feel like some of my friends wouldn't have liked comedy or tragedy. No, I actually like the 3 teams. ARTFIGHT mods don't know siblings exist. The thing is, I'm sure they do, but I think that like 2 artists in the same IP using a very similar art style and art method might have come off as suspect. But I do hope that the person got their account back, because that's sad. I understand that. Me and my little sister are both artists, and then we don't live together, but I can imagine if we did, and she was playing ARTFIGHT, she's also a traditional artist, so, like, this would be a dangerous year for me. The ARTFIGHT brothers, famous crime duo. Oof. I've got to, like, keep cracking everything. I was thinking about finishing this tonight. Now, see, I want to finish this because I haven't done an ARTFIGHT attack in like 2 days, and so my count has been dropping below the day of the month that it is. But I don't need to hit that. It was just kind of like a nice idea of like doing an attack for every day. Oh, see, it kind of looks like it's standing on the man... Wait, the standing man emoji. Oh, wait, I forgot to put the ref back up on here, too. So I'm a curious soul, but how would having 2 separate accounts be cheating exactly? Like getting more attacks? I think it's that, and also like the idea that you could attack yourself and like draw your own characters and then get points that way. Especially for the people that were Also, is it okay that I kind of clocked your God, I can't fucking read. Plurality over a year ago during your iridescent balloons video where you were talking about getting two different results and the MT. God damn! Hello? That's so long ago. That's so long ago. Also, the thing is, true too, it wasn't even two different results. That's just the two that I knew about. And actually, we have since all taken the MBTI, and like all of us do get different results too. That's crazy. I didn't even remember saying that. But you're right, I did. Well, because that was me and White's results, because the two of us were kind of like just starting to like hang out. That's like a really goofy ass way of saying it. We were not avoiding each other. I think I remember that too. That is wild. My sibling got it reinstated. I just never actually submitted an appeal. It's okay because now I'm a furry and a boy, and they're not a furry and non-binary. That's beautiful. Communicate, yeah. Because here's the thing. Internal communication happens whether you want it to or not. It's just that you can be like, I'm not listening, la la la, my fingers are in my ears. But like, now that it's more attended to and paying attention to, that means that cross-referencing experiences and memories is a little easier. Worth noting, the whole ARTFIGHT multiple account cheating thing, you could make a really long revenge chain on your own account of Point Farm. That's so... I was going to say, and it seems so silly that people... ARTFIGHT is a fun game. I don't know why people cheat. Like, I don't mean to be, like... I understand why people cheat at other games, because it depends on the game. If you're, like, playing... If you're playing a game like Pokemon and you're cheating on your own, it's like, I guess different people have fun with different things. It's not my personal cup of tea, but I could see why someone might cheat and, like, use a Game Shark or something when playing Pokemon to, like, I don't know, get, like, a shiny of a guy that they like. But with ARTFIGHT, it's, like, one of those things, it's like, why are we cheating on ARTFIGHT? For clout? Like, what clout do you get by cheating on ARTFIGHT? I hate that people feel like they need to min-max everything, and it's like, what does this even do for you? If anything, ARTFIGHT is a challenge to improve your art, so this is just doing you a disservice because you're not actually practicing? I don't know. I don't know. Infinite Rare Candy, my beloved. And I understand why people do that, especially when it comes to, like, Nuzlocke, because then you're just playing for the challenge of playing the game. I like grinding in Nuzlocke, because I think that that's part of the difficulty for me. Oh, no, nothing happened. Although, I found out, apparently, because someone was asking, like, can you have multiple accounts as a system? And someone in the YouTube chat was like, actually, I personally asked the mods that question. And they said, yes, it's not, like, a publicly stated rule because they're worried about people abusing it. And we were just talking about that, and, like, because people were like, how would they know? And I was saying, it might be good if you are a system and you want to have multiple accounts to, like, let the mods know. Because apparently they catch people with that through IP, so if they've got you marked down and they're aware that you're a system, it's just a way to ensure that you don't get nuked. No, for, like, what are we going to cheat at next? Tag and hide and seek? Like, you're sucking the joy out of what is meant to be fun toys. Like, what's wrong with you? And it doesn't even raise your EV, so it's kind of making things harder. That's it, too. I feel like you should still ask first. And I think that asking first is, like, it's just insurance if you're thinking about it this way. It's making their job easier, and it's making it so that you're not at risk. So I think it's worth it. I thought that there was an ARTFIGHT mod in stream that said it wasn't allowed. No, it wasn't that. It was collaborative attacks. Because Forrest and I worked on an attack together for his birthday last year, but I asked if it was allowed because he's not on ARTFIGHT, and they were like, hold on, let me check, and then they were like, no, I'm sorry, it's not allowed. So we just ended up making a gift art piece for Chimera that year. How would you let the mods know about that, like where to contact? Probably through either the Discord or through Tumblr or wherever they accept emails, DMs, etc. There are a few different places where you can reach out to the ARTFIGHT mods specifically, like you can put in a help ticket. And I think that would be worth checking out. The concept of taking a competition part of ARTFIGHT seriously instead of just seeing it as an excuse to decorate your profile with aesthetic widgets. No, I know. Alright, hold on. I think I'm going to do this a little lighter so that we get some variance. This will be beautiful. I will make you beautiful, bug on a leaf. Marticular. I just love a caterpillar. I especially love emperor caterpillars. Like, I think they're... I almost said caterpillar. I used to say it like that when I was a kid, apparently. I said caterpillar, and I called skunks stunks. Which, to be fair, they do. Like, that is a pretty descriptive name for them. Also, hello, welcome in, Magic Hats. Is there a reason you weren't rocking with the tail charm anymore for your Sona? Can there only be one critter for Sona system without it? No. I was feeling really burnt out of art, and not burnt out like I didn't want to make it, but like I didn't know what my identity as an artist was anymore, and so I took it off because I felt like my identity as an artist was being conflated with my identity as Critter the streamer, and I was like, I kind of want to have me be... I'm talking like a caveman. I kind of want to be a separate guy. I want there to be a little more distinction between me, the person, and me, the critter. And I also got kind of sad when... And they not sad or upset at them. Like, they have no way of knowing this. There were people that saw my fursona and went, oh, it's Anthrocritter. And I kind of felt sad for a moment because I realized that there's, like, probably a lot of people that haven't been around very long and that started following us during, like, the critter era that have no idea who my fursona is, because I really stopped drawing them for a while. For like for a variety of reasons. So I kind of want to spend time like going back to drawing my own Sona instead of like my Sona that gets seen as an extension of Critter. I finally finished making all the candy bracelets I had planned to wipe sweat off my forehead dramatically. Wait, that's awesome. That's fun though. I was gone for a second, but I was going through your attacks, and of course they're all amazing, but someone copped over 1,000 points doing an animatic of all your characters. Mine? I'm so fucking scared. I haven't seen that one yet. Which one is your Sona? The Chat. But it's not Chat Noir, it's Chat... What's orange in French? I remember one of the first streams I watched, you went in depth about the difference between your fursona and Critter. I know, and I thought people had seen, but I guess it's been a while, too. I can't expect people... Like, I don't expect people to watch or see everything. Did you just say l'orange? I don't know. Orange in French, l'orange. Glad you're exploring your own identity again. In that case, it can be freeing, I'm sure. It is. It's like mascot suit got a little suffocating. Had to take a breather and take a lap. It's literally just the word orange. That's kind of awesome. That's kind of awesome. So beautiful. It's spelled exactly the same, too. Orange is orange in French. I'm listening and learning. Hold on, where's my... The problem is that it's getting late enough that my light is reflecting the marker, so like, when it's getting put down on the paper, it's too wet for me to see where I'm actually putting it. I wanted to finish this tonight, but that might be the fucking... Does anyone else hear a bell tolling moment? But it's just, I can't draw because it's dark. It's pronounced orange. Speaking of mascot suit, my mutual drew Critter as a mascot suit. I saw that shit. That was so cute. I need to comment on that still, but I need... If you can tell them, Yaoi Mafia, if you are like oomps like friends, please let them know I saw it and it's really fucking cute, and it had like gears turning in my brain. Yaoi Mafia is their username, and I think it's awesome. Was the animatic attack that one Minoguppy was referring to mine? If it is, it's okay. Oh, Rua, yeah, it was yours. And I was gonna say, don't be nervous. I'm excited to see it. I have to let you guys know, I have never seen an art fight attack that I've gotten and been like, ew, kill that guy. Like, I've actually really loved to see all of the artwork that you make because, one, it's kind of flattering to see how many, like, awesome artists are in the community. But also just, like, I don't know, you're making something nice for me? I would never be mean about that. The other day I saw your comment on my attack, and I'm so glad you liked the bow I gave Critter. It was so cute. I was like, I have little bows for Critter too that I've been making it wear as bow ties, but now I'm just like, wait, I was doing bike stuff, and you saying Yaoi Mafia made me do a spit take IRL. Sorry, I can imagine you like riding your bike and then hearing Yaoi Mafia and then spitting. I had a lot of fun doing my attack for white. I heart digital painting. Did she comment on that yet? She's not been out much either, but also it's been like 5 billion fucking degrees, so I can imagine that's why. I don't think that anyone is like, obviously bodily we are on an SSRI, but some of us do not handle the heat as well. Some of us are not built for the summer. Art fight related question, does white like ballet a lot? Yes! Yes! A lot. Quite a lot, actually. That's like a whole era of my life that I don't know much about, but I do know that she does. I was built for the winter. 55 is nice for me. The way you said ew, kill them made me laugh so hard. This is how I feel like people are gonna react when I talk to them nicely. I'm like, they're gonna kill me with a giant rock. But don't worry, Toasty. I'm sure she will when she is. I saw it. I thought it was pretty. I keep cleaning this up. I don't really need to be doing cleanup yet. I feel like we all handle heat badly. It's kind of a problem, especially with how hot it's been getting. It's like, please have mercy. I love the summer too. I attacked Critter a few days ago. I hope you like it. I was gonna say I haven't seen yet, but if I haven't commented, I haven't seen it yet. But I promise you, I will comment when I do, and I probably will. I'm a summer hater. Summer's like, says the guy that likes the Beach Boys. Summer is like my soul is contained in there. Maybe not my heat tolerance, but my soul. I also just love the beach. Does every part have their own clothes accessories? Think of it this way. It's like if you had a twin who you shared with. Actually, I don't have a twin, so I'm speaking on my ass right now. We all have a wardrobe that's collective, but if you imagine it as like a spectrum of like, there are some things on the complete opposite side of the spectrum I would not fucking wear, and alternatively, there are things on the other side of the spectrum that I love that other parts would not wear. There are some crossover areas in between, but generally we keep like a wardrobe with some things that like splinter out. I wear pretty much everything with some exceptions. Kitty playing in the background. You described it as puzzle pieces before? Yeah, it's a good way of putting it. There is a kitty playing in the background. Speaking of puzzle pieces, can I show you guys something? Hold on, I'm going to show it before I end the stream. I have to pause the music for a second, though. There's got to be a media thing here. Hold on. And we got it on loop. Okay. I gotta make sure that the volume's not like crazy loud really quickly. But I do, yeah, okay, OBS is there. And I'm gonna turn that down just a little bit. Open your purse, what's in there? You're gonna be very excited. So loud scared me. I'm so sorry. I can turn it down. Loud but cool? Hold on. Is it better? AMV jump scare. Sorry, I've been animating for fun. I wish I could hear it. Why are you not letting me hear? What if I want to play toys? No, I can't hear. I'm being tortured. You did that? I did do that. It's very quiet, honestly. Okay, I turned it down like a crazy amount because at first it was like crazy loud. Just popped in. This looks awesome. Thank you. This is amazing. I'm gonna say it's not done yet. I'm still working on it. Actually, this is probably what I'm gonna work on after stream. Also, this is Jigsaw falling into place by Radiohead. What do you use to animate? Clip Studio Paint. Work on it faster now? I can't work on... I'm not very good at animating on stream because I just go like silent. Is that Tom York? Yes. This is so good, like holy peak. The song is Jigsaw falling into place. What is this gorgeous thing I'm watching? I animated something for our comic diary, and I will put it up on Alter Panel when it's done. I just like wanted to do something for fun. Animators are truly world's wizards. Is it like a bad time to say I don't really consider myself an animator? I've just been doing like random bullshit going with this because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm supposed to finish thing. It's not done yet. It's not done yet. It's not done yet. It will be done. Too bad you animate. You're an animator. I don't know if I can use this title just yet. If you design you are making, this is true. I want to animate now. You should. Everyone can play and animate with me, okay? Anyway, this is probably what I'll be doing after stream. Why is this animation 10 hours long? Cajoling animation? No. It's not done just yet. I have shots that... I'm actually really struggling with the portion in between after the... Hold on, I'll show. I've kind of got talking head syndrome here, where like there's a few shots that are just too many headshots, and I'm like, I gotta do something in between. Can't wait to see this finished. I'm excited for it. I love how you animated air bubbles. I need to learn that. It's a lot of shapes. You just gotta go shapes and movement. And also remember that they change as they move. To say the composition of everything is insanely good. Thank you. I want to keep it that way because I think that unfortunately it gets like talking heads a little bit near the end, but I think that I can do more. I can like push it a little further. I do like my bug. I'm gonna have to cover this up so the cats don't fuck it up tonight. But I'm gonna probably go do goidoi. I'm gonna go do some animation for fun now. All that said, thank you so much for coming to stream. If you guys need to go grab a snack or something and go to bed, please do. Grab water, snack, something to eat. I'll be live again tomorrow with the Feeding Frenzy, which is going to be at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But until then, I will see you all, and ciao.